Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Saturday night chat here. I am Dave, joined alongside Vinny Mancini one more time. Vin, welcome to Saturday night chat.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you all had a good holiday, and we're looking to talk some gaming and life and whatever else is on Dave's mind there.
Yeah, it's just what we do on Saturday nights, or any night, actually. So it was July 4th, so I've had some time off because of the 4th. We didn't play hockey on Friday or Saturday, and so we're just kind of hanging out here. I've been playing hockey here on my tabletop, but I have not been playing at the rink. It's a good thing because I ref 2 hours in the heat on Tuesday night, and I'm still feeling it. My body's still feeling it. My groins are still sore from the heat and skating. That was a tough night for me. As Joe Cards come by, hey Joe, good to see you here. As just kind of chatting on a Saturday night.
My
And so,
man,
uh,
good
so
to
uh,
see you
Triple
Saturday.
G comes by. Good to see Triple G. And David comes by from Montana, from Bro, Montana.
Nice.
Here's Barbara here too. Barbara's stopping by.
There's our girl.
Yeah, she is. So I was trying to wrap up this movie, Vin. So I got I'm a big. Could you tell I'm a big Godzilla fan? Right. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I'm a big Godzilla fan. And on Apple TV, they have a Monarch Monster series, which is all about Godzilla and the monsters, whatever. Okay. And I've never seen it. And I was kicking around, and it said, "Oh, you get a week of Apple TV for free." So I was like, "Oh, I'll get a week and I'll watch this series. It's only 10 episodes, and so me and the wife will watch it." And then I'm like scrolling around the internet, and I found something else that said, "Oh, you can get 3 months. Not only do you get a week, but you get 3 months." So I typed in the code, and next thing you know, it went through, and I get 3 months of Apple TV for free.
Nice.
So we were watching that the Godzilla thing. So I think we're like 8 episodes into the 10, so we're almost done with it, and so it's been fun. But I was like, well, what else they got? I got it for 3 months, so I might as well look around. So I went in and I stumbled on a couple of movies. One movie is called The Fountain of Youth. It was, and it's like not an Indiana Jones. Yeah, Indiana Jones. What was the other one there with Nicolas Cage when he was trying to find oh man, what was that Nicolas Cage movie? He's
Oh yeah, yeah.
bouncing around the world and he's trying to
Oh, that
find
was good.
the gold. I forget what National Treasure.
That's
Maybe
it. That was good.
it,
That was
it's
good.
it's something just like that. It's got Natalie Portman in it, and it's got the guy that played in The Office that played the. He also plays in some special forces
I
shows
love
on
John
Amazon Prime.
Krasinski.
Yeah, that might have been his name. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
and so
good.
they're in it, and he's kind of a goofy guy that's trying to find the fountain of youth for some rich guy who's dying of liver cancer, so he's funding everything. So it's just been kind of fun movie. So I've been trying to watch it during the day, and I watch it, then I cut the grass, and I come in, I watch it, and we have dinner. I never finished it, but it was an all right movie. So that's what I've been doing today, watching some TV while I have the 3 trial. And that's what I've been doing today. And I've been playing. Oh, let me see if I can show you here. I've been playing, this right here. I've been playing 49 Quick Decks Hockey. So I printed out the Rangers, and
Nice corners
I
too.
did them
I
on the
see.
back, yeah, rounded corners and everything. And I put the logos in too because this was from the spreadsheet.
Oh,
And
you're
so,
a
so what
hero.
I did is I printed it on both sides, and I got the extra players here at the bottom too. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I bought 74, 75, and Grant sent that over to me late July 3rd, I think it was. So I was
Oh wow.
printed out all the goalies. So the cards are tiny for the goalies. I kind of like these right here. So I got the goalie cards, and I used a small rounder, but I did round the corners on them. It's just so much easier to move them around without the corners. It really is.
Oh, I
So,
know.
and because I printed them, I only printed on like 80-pound stock. I was able to just kind of clip them in my hands. Whereas the payoff pitch one, you got to stomp on that thing with your feet because the cards are so thick.
Just sledgehammer. Oh, I see my man Jamie showed up. I don't even know why he talks to me anymore, Dave. I'm supposed to call him. It's been 3 days now. Jamie's the best. I tell him, I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
And
And
Mike
he
comes
does.
by,
Life just goes on. Mike Silva in the
and
house.
Thomas comes by. Glad I had a good time in Colorado. I had a great time in Colorado. I really did. And Jeff comes by. Good to see you, Jeff. As we have a whole host of people coming in. It is Arnold in here. Good to see you. Arnold stops by to say hi. National Treasure. Yes, that's one I couldn't think of there. So I've been watching that on that one there. And so it's been kind of fun. Barbara says the Mets won today. Okay. And Bernie, were you playing some golf earlier? Because when I watch TV, I just kind of flick around on my phone and sometimes I go through YouTube and just see who's on it. And so I was watching. I think it was Bernie was playing some golf today. So I kind of
Nice.
no sound. I was kind of watching it while I was watching some of the movie stuff here.
Now, does Bernie play Action PC golf, Dave? Or
I
is
think
it?
it was. Yeah, I think it was Action
Okay.
PC Golf. Yep. And the big beautiful tournament. Jamie's playing a big beautiful tournament. So yeah. So what have you guys been playing here? So again, I've been playing the matchup football. I played the matchup football, and that was really fun. I enjoyed that. And then I've been playing the 49 quick decks hockey, and then the highlight hockey. You know what, Vince? So I played the highlight hockey first, and I was it's okay. Then I played the full version, and I like it, but it was really long. So I'm wondering if I go back to the highlight version after playing the full version, if I'll like it any more than I did when I switched over. Because it was okay. It was okay. I thought my scores were high, but when I checked my scores, they really were kind of in line with what was going on with the teams I was playing. So it really wasn't. The scores weren't that bad. I just felt like it was high scoring.
Right.
Much like Hockey Blast Express, it just seemed like the one star goalies can't stop anything because you're rolling a 6-sided die.
Yeah.
And only a 1 will stop a goal. So it just seems like some goalies can't stop anything. And I was getting 7, 8, 9 goals routinely with the Express. Right. And that's kind of how this one felt. But at the end, the scores were not terrible. Yeah. Well, I was played 81, 82. I was playing Quebec and Boston. I did back-to-back games of that. And then I think I did. There was another one I did. Another game I played with a highlight. And I forget what season it was. Was it 92 or no 70? I did the 70. I played a couple teams from. I play the Kings and the Seals or something like that,
Yes.
didn't I?
Yes.
And that was another 7-3 game.
Right.
The full game I played. I don't know if I played 1 or 2. I played Boston Buffalo.
Yeah, that was a wipeout.
Yeah, that was like 7-2, 7-3 Boston. That's the full play. I thought I played another full play. I thought I got in 2 full play games. One I did offline and one I did online. No, actually.
And you know what else? When we were talking about the highlights version, all those goals, it just shows you how shot I am now as I'm getting older. But I would have sworn the scoring was a lot less back, like Joe just said, in the 80s. Yeah, that I definitely know there was more scoring. But in that 70-71 season, I didn't realize so many goals were scored in some games.
It did
in real life.
Looking back, it's almost like a Mandela effect. It does feel like all the games were 2-1 back in the day, but when I looked at the Boston Buffalo games, one was 10-1, one was 7-3. I mean, because Buffalo was an expansion team in 1970, right. So them in Vancouver were pretty bad, and the goalies were very bad back then too.
And then one of the best scoring teams ever.
Yeah, I think that 70 Bruins team. Yeah, John comes by. Hi, John. Good to talk to you.
Yep. John's got a busy project going, huh?
Yeah, I was following some of that. Yeah, that was really great. Really great. And the goalies did give up a lot of goals back then with the high GAA. Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So, so I just been kind of kicking back. I actually cut the grass today. I waited till about, 3 or 4 o'clock. Waited for the sun to go in a little bit. And, since my, my dog, died back in February, the yard's been empty. He put him out in the yard. He used to like to sit out there in the sun. He was a dummy. It'd be so hot out, and he'd be sitting in the grass in the sun, just squinting his eyes when he looked at it. Just like, dude, what are you doing? It's so hot out there. He wouldn't come in. He disliked it. It just sat out there all summer long. But because he's not been out there, the yard's been empty, and our yard has been taken over by rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks. And so they're all over the place out there. Yeah, so we see them out there. And so when I cut the grass, I just saw holes all over the yard that were dug out. And I don't know if it was rabbits or chipmunks, but it's like, man, they're just taking over the yard. I know that they were underneath the shed, but now they're all throughout the yard. I'm just seeing like all this. I see this like grass dug up in a big hole and big dirt everywhere. I'm like, oh man, here's another hole,
That drives me nuts. I don't mind under my shed. I don't mind because you don't see it. I don't care. They got
but they tore apart the lawn. So it's like, we might have to get a dog just to kind of keep the animals out, is what I'm kind of thinking. But let me see. Someone's asking about the red ice. Yep, yeah, I played a lot of red ice. I want to get that going. I want to
I
use
like
that
it.
for was it the 8182 product? I want to get on that. I've been kind of lazy with some of my products lately because I've been playing new games, and I really dug into the bank shot and now the matchup football, and now the 49 quick deck. So I just get excited. I get on a game and I just don't go back to some other things. So that's kind of where I am now. And Brock comes by. He says, I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Hope you're enjoying yours. It's been okay over here. I've been spending most of it just inside. I haven't really gone out too much except to cut the grass. And yeah, I was supposed to get out to the gym, but I don't think I could really do treadmills with my injury right now. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be better soon. Red ice hockey is awesome. I enjoy it, and especially since he cleared up the empty net sequence. That drove me nuts.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, just so I'm glad he worked on that and he come up with something. It is still a little funky rolling all those dice, but you see where he was going with it, and it's a heck of a lot
Yeah.
easier than the other way, which if you really thought it through, you could figure it out, but it just didn't flow like a normal game like we normally do. And Brock said he just learned Hockey Blast Express this evening. Yeah, it's easy enough. Hockey Blast Express is easy enough. I like the full Hockey Blast, but then again, it takes longer. So again, there's the trade off. And Barbara's dog likes to lay on the hot top in the driveway in the sun. Now that's advanced right there. The grass is one thing, but the hot top, that is something else.
Yeah, that's tanning in a whole nother level.
And Joe likes the red ice and the Hockey Blast Express. Those are his favorite Express games.
Joe likes anything with a puck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock is he wants to try the red ice. That's pretty fun.
Yes, Brock.
Sometimes the setup's a little weird because you got to look at SRS numbers, but once you get past that, it's just rolling the dice. Stone Cold is fun. Yeah, I do like Stone Cold. Andrew coming by from Louisville. He just got his baseline basketball in red ice hockey.
I
like
the blind a lot.
I like that. I do. That's one of my favorite quick play basketball games. He just plays real fun. I like that. It's you roll the dice and then you go to the chart to get your the number of points. I don't usually keep the amount of points for the players. It's just not what I do. But
Right.
It is fun getting those numbers. And again, you got to roll the dice and you don't know what you're going to get. On the offense or the defense, and it's just kind of fun.
Yeah. Did I tell you John's the best? Well, we already knew that, but so I had placed an order with him after the D2D con, and he kind of forgot.
Oh, really?
I was like, John, don't worry about it. I'll just print it out. The other day, a package comes. He sent me a printed version.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't thank him enough. I was like, that was so nice of you, John. And yeah, so I got to get that. I do like baseline a lot.
Yeah, I like it. It's just easy and it's fun, So I got to get back to playing that. I picked well, again, all the stuff's free. If you want to print it, he'll send you the printed, and so that's fun too. But I printed out the ABA. I think I played some ABA here on the channel. I think, if not, I played it offline. But I like playing some of the crazy teams that don't exist. I'm still listening to that Loose Balls. I have the audio book, so I listened a little bit on the plane, a little bit at the airport. I listened a little bit today while I was cutting the grass.
I tell you, you like it?
It's all right. Yeah. I mean, it's a little, the beginning's weird because it bounces around. It's getting a lot of testimonials. So he's like, Bob Costas. And then someone tries to sound like Bob Costas. Then it's like Julius Irving. And then Julius talks. I don't think it's really them. It could be. No, I don't really think it sounds like them.
No.
So
I hate when narrators do that. But I just try to go with the story. You know what I mean?
It's just they get different people talking on there. Either that or he's using a different voice he's trying to imitate, which is neat. But at the same time, I just want to hear the story, and I don't need to. Mm-hmm. So that's where it is right now. So I only listened to a few minutes, and I was like, I'm going to just get back to whatever else I was listening to.
I'm actually listening to 5 Banners. John Feinstein, God rest his soul, he died young, wrote about the Duke with Duke College basketball, Mike Krzyzewski's championships, and he narrates it. And you could almost hear, though, and his voice didn't sound right. And I'm wondering if he was just starting to get sick.
Oh.
And, but because I loved what he did, The Open. He's done some really good books.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Buddy Ryan comes by. Nice. Good to see you, Ryan. And Richard, as Richard comes by, he says, "Hi, fellas. Hi, Richard. What is kind of?"
Richard Caldwell, the man who introduced me to the Lord. Did you know that day? I never tell you that
I
story.
did not know that. No,
Yes, yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah.
So he says, "How's his buddy Vin doing?" So,
Finn's doing.
alrighty. Is anybody else miserably hot? I was. Today's not too bad. We've had a little break in the heat over here, Brock. So on the East Coast, it's been a little bit better over here.
Yeah,
Since I got back, I've not drinking nearly as much water as I did in Colorado. Oh, man. I was telling somebody else about that today. I was like, yeah, I went to Colorado and all I did is drink water. Walked in the door of the hotels, just guzzling the water.
yeah.
It just
Last week we had that heat. Bad.
couldn't get enough, you know.
No.
And Brian comes by, and Brian was playing Aviatrix 37 this afternoon out on the front porch.
Oh, I can't believe he brought that up. Brian's a wild
Nice.
play gamer.
Nice.
I bought it. I still haven't opened it up. I wanted to look at
Really?
that. Yeah. I thought it was just something different, you know?
That's fun. Jeff said he picked up loose balls on eBay. I thought I should have got done, but sometimes I can't read books sometimes because I have the bifocals things here, and it's like sometimes it just I don't know where to put the book, you know, and sometimes I bring it I take off my glasses and read it real close, but I have trouble reading books. And so I thought the audiobook would be the way to go, just, you know, cutting the grass or sitting on the walking on the treadmill or, you know, whatever I do. So I kind of do that. The problem is I start drifting. Like when I take a walk, I look around and I just kind of space out and I just, whatever happened in the last 2 minutes of the book, I wasn't even listening.
I just go back. I just go back. There's nights
Brock's-
I fall asleep.
Brock's been enjoying Vin on the podcast. Thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you,
Vin's
Brock.
doing a great job with us here.
Thank you.
And the Brock says loose balls is fantastic. Yeah, I need to get a little bit more into that. As I, when I pull out the ABA stuff, that's when I get into that and I'll start listening to it more. I went through an ABA phase. I went to a WFL phase, and things like that. But I haven't. I kind of pop in and out, as you know. That's what I do. Scott comes by. Good to see you, Scott. He's at a family fourth party tonight. Good for you. Having a good time, I hope.
Nice.
That's what it's all about.
Don't eat too much. You'll end up like I did yesterday. Oh, that was miserable.
Yeah, you were texting me saying you weren't that good. So
Just overdid it. Overdid it.
I did it today. We went out food shopping today. We hadn't gone out in a while, so we said, "Well, we'll go out." Of course, I figured the Saturday after the 4th wouldn't be busy. Well, they were busy, and so of course I hadn't had breakfast, and you never go shopping when you're hungry, and I did, and so I'm grabbing everything. So I grabbed these pre-made buffalo chicken tender things, and I got home and I grabbed some blue cheese, and it was gross. I was like, "Oh man, usually this place is not too bad, but some of their food I just don't care for." And I had my stomach was awful all day too. I was like, "Oh man!" So was it that? It must have been that. So I don't know what else it was. You know.
Oh, that's a miserable.
Parallel league. It's so hot in New York City. They asked the Statue of Liberty put her arm down. Yeah, put out the torch. Yeah.
Still hot in New York. My sister hasn't. My family's in Brooklyn, and they haven't said much.
The running joke up here was is in the winter. It's like it's so cold. Smokey the Bear said, "Light a fire." As kids, that was a big joke. As a kids, Christopher comes by. Hello, Christopher. With his kind of talking games tonight here, or whatever else comes to mind here on a Saturday night. 5-2 ball. Good to see you. It's tabletop game weather here in Tempe. So what is the weather? We want to know what is tabletop gaming weather. That's what we want to know. And Andrew says I used to go to about 20 Kentucky Colonels games a year. Oh, he met Wilt the Still when he was coaching San Diego Conquistadors. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Kentucky
that was
Colonels.
Artis Gilmore, I think, right, Andrew? Artis Gilmore was there then?
I'm not sure. He might have been. And Barbara says she has a hard time reading with bifocals too. Yeah, I mean, I love them, and it takes a couple weeks to get used to it. But now it's like, but when I'm watching TV too, because I'll lean back and like you get the bottom of the glasses, and you can't. You have to tilt your head down to see the TV. Sometimes it's like, it's a pain in the neck. It really is. And Richard says, I'm currently into Hockey Bones, Game 9 of the 77-78 Montreal replay. They're a 7-1-0. Just dropped one to Toronto. 3-2. Someone else was playing something. I think it was Appa. He's playing 76-77 Montreal, and they're like 32-3, which I think is like spot on
I believe
for the Canadians that year.
Oh, Rich, how do you lose to the Leafs, bro?
Yeah, they got to lose some. They got to lose some.
Yeah, but not to the Leafs.
Adirondack Gus received his Al Wilson CFL field today in the mail. I have that, and I used that one time I was playing with Ron. Am I going to play anything tonight and stream? No, probably not. Tonight's going to be a chat night here. Because if I play anything, it would be that hockey game. Not there's anything wrong with that, but I've been kind of hitting that hard, and I want to print out some more teams. I got a new season, so I want to print out some teams and play that 74-75. So I'm thinking about, Vin, I printed out Atlanta and the Rangers. I'm probably going to do Boston. I always do Boston and Chicago. Any 70s, I do Chicago. And then I'm thinking about Chicago beat Boston. But Buffalo beat Montreal to go play the Flyers that year. So I'm kind of thinking about doing Buffalo.
Come on, say it. Oh,
in Montreal. Yeah.
You go.
And I'm going to have them play. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we're playing with a real team.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been, like I say, Boston, Buffalo. I just like, because those were back to back. I was like, in alphabetical. So like, well, I'll just play these teams because I just wanted to play a full game. I didn't want to take forever going through what team. So I just slapped a couple teams down, and then I was like, oh wow, Buffalo's an expansion team. This is not going to be good, and it wasn't. It wasn't. But Eddie Shack got a couple of goals. He did.
Eddie Shack.
And I kept all the stats too. I kept all the shots on goal and things like that. It was, I got to say, 49 Quick Decks hockey, and it's deceiving. The name Quick Decks is very deceiving, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you think about that, you think it's going to be a fast game like Shootout or Stone Cold Hockey, but it's not. It's a full play game, much like Strat, Apra, and Hockey Bones are. It's just you're using a team card. So the Quick Decks is kind of deceiving. So when you get the highlight version of that, highlight hockey, it's that's the quicker game, and I don't know. I mean, it was okay. It's very similar to the full game. It's just it's done in faster chunks because that's what the highlight game is. But I do like that. The full game is really fun because you can get a lot of action in that 1 minute card.
Right.
You really can. I mean, because you'll create a chance to shot and a save. You get a rebound. You get the puck back. You send it back to the point. It's another shot. You get a better rebound. Here's a shot, another save. They get the puck again. Now you create a chance, and then maybe the shot is blocked, and you see who gets the puck. And does this guy get it? No. So sometimes you're flipping all those action cards, and you're not moving the timing deck at all. Right. And so that's like, oh man, that was a pretty busy minute there, and somehow Boston didn't score, and and then sometimes you flip a card and it's like turnover, other team gets it, go to the next card. It's like that's it. That's all that happened during that minute. So sometimes it's pretty quick.
And we do like when those rebounds happen in games.
Oh yeah,
a lot of them don't handle it right, but from what I'm watching you with the Quick Decks,
the one thing, I don't like about Hockey Bones. It's Hockey Bones. I really like. This for a lot of reasons. The one thing it bothers me is you get one rebound. That's the thing.
Don't make sense.
It
it's not realistic.
Well, what it does is it takes away that when you're playing Apple, let's say, and even Strat, I would imagine. I haven't played Strat in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like shot, save, and a rebound. And it goes to this guy. He gets a shot in range, save, and another rebound. And the defense just can't clear it. And you can just feel the team in the zone moving around, shot, save, what a save. And out goes in the corner, throws it back to the point, shot, and another save. And you can hear the crowd cheering with every save. And you get sometimes 3 or 4 shots in a row, and that's exciting. And then when he finally ties it up or they finally score, it's like, oh man, he couldn't hold them off forever. Or, what a set of saves that was. And in Hockey Bones, when you get one rebound, you don't have that excitement.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in Hockey Bones I like. If you could have the unlimited rebounds like Appa does and Strat does and even Quick Decks, that would clearly be my favorite game, just because how it plays. But again, every game doesn't do it all. There's not one game that does it all.
Yep.
And so to play it correctly by the rules, to get the stats right, you should only do one rebound, and that's where it gets a little disappointing. It really is, but. Aside from that, I like all these games. I really do. And Enzo comes by.
Oh.
So he's in the New York area.
Yeah, Borough Park, Enzo. I grew up on Fort Hamilton Parkway. I was there forever. And then we moved to Bensonhurst. My daughter was born. And I ended out here after short while in New Jersey. But yeah, Borough Park, Fort Hamilton Parkway. That's where I played roller hockey and all.
Nice.
Hmm.
Waterfield comes by. He played the 70 Masters on History Maker Golf today. That's fun.
I love that game.
Yeah, I haven't played that in years. I need to pull that out, and that's a
Yes.
summertime thing. Yeah, it's not. Again, it's just because I have so many games,
I
and I
get
wrote to, and I get on a kick for something, and I'll get on a kick for 4 to 6 weeks, as you guys know, and so there's just a backlog of fantastic games that I haven't played. He's got 2 eagles. Wow. And 8 birdies for Jack Nicklaus. One of the coolest games I've ever rolled. Fantastic.
wow.
Triple G playing some APA 77 as he listens. Yeah, that's what I do that too. And that's one of the fun things about the community here is that if someone's on chatting or someone's on playing a game, I roll. I do. I sit here at my table in Studio B. And if someone's playing or someone's chatting, I roll my games. I have them on, and it's kind of like listening to the AM radio. It really
And I
is.
love that season.
Yep, that's a fun one.
You know what's wild? We're just bringing up 77 season 2 Triple G, and we just lost Dave Parker. And I remember that
Yeah.
All-Star game. I believe it was that All-Star game where he made those 2 throws to Gary Carter. It was either 77 or 78. That was with 2 missiles. But that's the game I always remembered Dave Parker like, oh boy, this guy really can do it all.
Is that the highlight that you see in This Week in Baseball at the beginning of the end when it's like dun 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 dun, and the guy is throwing that long throw from the outfield, and you see it follows the ball right into the catcher's mitt in slow mo, and he tags a guy out at the plate. Was that Parker or was that somebody else that did that?
I haven't seen it, but
I think it was the All-Star game. Maybe it was, but you know This Week in Baseball. When I think it was like the end after it was done, it had like these slow-mo baseball highlights. That was always one coming in from right field. This gun coming in. It's like,
oh man, he threw 2 of them.
And he threw them out at the plate. Yeah.
Yeah, John Alexander said, yep, that's Parker.
Okay. Any weather that keeps you inside is gaming weather. Okay. I can see that.
Mhm.
And David likes the Orioles hat. He had a Jim Palmer versus Frank Tanana pitching matchup tonight. Another 77 going on here tonight with inside pitch. You guys make me jealous. I might have to pull that out and play something here.
It's my favorite pitcher ever,
Yep.
despite me being a Yankee fan. Love Jim Palmer.
CP's Board Game World comes by. Do we like corner cutting? Do we like corner cutting? Well, I don't know if we like it, but we like the results of corner
Yes.
cutting. So
Yes.
I happen to have my corner cutter right here, CP. It is a Catamaru Pro.
That's the one. I got 3 of them.
That's the one right there, the Catamaru Pro. And it's got the 3 slots. So it's got the medium, and then it's got the small over here, and then the large over here. So it's got 3 slots to put in. And I usually mostly use medium. So when I'm doing bank shot or payoff pitches, medium. But when I did my goalie cards here, now these are the goalie cards for 49 Quick Decks Hockey. I did the small because the medium would really kind of cut into that. So I did the small, and they come out okay. They just take on these ones here. You just wanted to take the corners off because it's just so much easier to move. And then when I printed out my teams, I used the large because they're huge. So you can see there that I rounded the corners, and they're absolutely huge. So I use all 3. And there's my Rangers, by the way. I printed out 74, 75. I haven't printed out the Scout yet, but they're coming. I just want to, like you said, I need to play some regular games, but rather than the bad teams. But yeah, so this is the one I got here. I got this year. I actually have 3 of them now. So I bought one years ago. I bought 2 years ago. Two of them years ago when I was doing payoff pitch in the 79 season. And one I hadn't used, but when I started doing all the bank shot stuff, the old one I had, it just got dull. So I pulled out the new one, and that was so good. And then I bought a second one to have as a backup. So I have 3 of them now. One's kind of dull, but that's the one that we use.
I got the backups because remember my first one, the medium wasn't working.
Yeah.
So I ended up.
So is it working now?
large.
Is it working on a new one now?
The other 2, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you should send that back. I know it's only $15, but still, it's not
can't-
working. It's not working.
The large and small work.
And
It's a good
Joe's going to try to get some Hockey Blast XHL games, and I have not played that yet. Keith gifted me that in Colorado, and I said, "Can I buy it?" He's like, "No, I'm going to give it to you." So thank you, Keith, for that. So I have it here. I need to go through that. What's going to be fun about that is, I really want to turn that into Dave's XHL, the DHL. And I really want to get crazy with that. I want to see what kind of crazy rules they have, and I want to add to it. I really
Right.
want to make this a fun, just out of this world kind of crazy hockey game. I really do. I just I don't want to make it too stupid, but I just want to have some fun with it. That sounds like that's what that's designed for is
Well,
to
we
be
can.
fun.
We
Yeah.
can. I haven't opened mine yet, but every time I think about it, I think of roller hockey. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess
That's
because the rink is black,
yeah.
the mat, So I think Joe and and Phil and I think
You know what? Well,
we might play it.
that gives me an idea. What if you did play 4-on-4? Excuse me. What if you did play 4-on-4 and you had special rules that if it went to the center, then something happened because you just play two wings in a defense. So you might be able to get some
It's a loose
silliness
puck.
going on,
Just play loose puck.
or
Away.
it's a breakaway for somebody or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe because roller hockey's high scoring. Maybe you create some kind of crazy rule like that.
Or you give them the wood.
You give them the lumber.
The lumber.
In the playoff, they don't like the lumber. In the
Let's not
playoffs, they
go
don't
there.
like the lumber.
Let's not go
I
there.
just watched sure I put my Hulu fired up again. I shut it down, but it's always firing up after 6 weeks. And so I went back. I watched the last episode of season 3 when they were down by 4 goals, and he's in the locker room and he's like, this is it, guys. We need 5 goals in the third period. And he went up to everybody. He got them all pumped up. He's like, we're all going through things. And I know you're fighting with your girl. We're all going through things.
Yeah.
I need you to get me a goal. Can you do that? Yeah, I can get you a goal. All right. And then he goes up the next side. Have you ever been on a team this good? No, I haven't. I need you to get me a goal. He went down the line and they all got him a goal. And so, yeah, sure he's kind of fun. Andrew, the Colonels did have Artis Gilmore, Dan Issel, Lou Dampier. And
that's a nice crew to see there, Andrew. Wow, that had to be fun.
Yeah. John comes by. I hope things are going okay with you out there, John. I heard Texas was not doing too well right now. So.
Wow.
And Gilmore lived 2 streets over from him. Wow. That's pretty cool.
He probably could have reached out the window and reached you too at the time, Andrew.
Yeah.
What a big dude. What a big dude.
Oh, the Yankees are not doing good. That breaks my heart.
Thanks. I don't even follow current baseball.
Bobby Jenks. I'm not familiar with Bobby Jenks.
I didn't know he passed away.
I didn't. You know who did die is Lyndon Byers. Lyndon Byers was he was 61, and people didn't believe it today when they announced that he died. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he played with the Bruins when they went to the Cup in '88 and then '90, and he ended up getting traded to the San Jose Sharks. Okay, right before he left, and he was just a character. He wasn't a very good player, but he was a tough guy, but he was a character, right? And everyone just loved him. And he ended up like getting on the radio, and he was actually on John Taffer. Remember John Taffer with Bar Rescue? He was on one of because they came to Massachusetts, and he was involved with the bar over here. And again, it's all TV, so you don't know what to believe. But he wasn't showing up to help out, so Taffer called him up and fired him. Said, "LB, you're not helping out. You're not part of this anymore." So I don't know if that's just kind of what happens. It was kind of funny. But yeah, I guess he had cancer and he died today. It's too bad. 61 years old. Yeah. And I remember, I don't know if it was 92 or 93. He got on the Sharks. Okay, he got on the Sharks. And I remember they were doing an interview with him on between periods because San Jose came to Boston and he was on San Jose. San Jose, again, was an expansion team. And this is either their first or their second year. They weren't that good. No. And they were leading Boston like 2-1 or something after the first period. So they're talking to LB. It's like, I miss being in Boston, but we're in San Jose. We're a young team, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, yeah, we're up by a goal at the end. He goes, at the end of the one, he goes, if we win this game, Boston, I goes, I'm never letting you guys live this down. If we beat you tonight, and Boston came back and creamed him. But it's just the idea that he was just having some fun with it. He's just like, if we win this game tonight, I'm never gonna let you guys live this down. I thought it was funny. He just is such a character. He really was.
That's a shame.
And Joe says one of the features he likes about Hockey Blast, you get 2 or 3 rebounds on a play. Yeah, Hockey Blast you can too. Yep.
And it gets exciting because you add a star to the shooter.
Yeah. So at some point, if you keep getting rebounds, it's like, ooh, you can, in APA, I think the rebounds are pretty just straightforward. There's no real bonuses. Strat, I think you get the rebound column, so that really helps. Hockey Bones, I think a rebounds is a straight up shot too. So it's just they're just shots. In 49 quick decks, a lot of times the rebounds will be either inside shots or you'll add a couple to your scoring range, because how you resolve shots in quick decks is very similar to Hockey Blast.
Right.
You're rolling against the shooter number and against the goalie number, and it's done the same way, And Carter did a historical, or rather a PC replay tribute game for him. That's good. Glad to hear that. Triple G, because that's one of the reasons I like Apple Hockey. I'm a little behind in the chat here. I'm trying to catch up here, but I would like to kind of talk a little bit about the comments here tonight. But yes, the Apple Hockey, the rebound, that just makes it so exciting when a goalie's standing on his head and the team just can't put it in. That's great. And okay. Christopher said he had Bobby Jenkins on his fantasy team. And Barbara spent so much time playing with my ex playing Fort Hamilton Parkway.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Playing hockey there, Bob? I played there for years. I was on the Canadians, the junior Canadians, not the unlimited. I left before unlimited draft. Too many of my friends were playing football at Dyka, Canarsie up at Farragut Road, so I played there. But yeah, it was a lot of good hockey at the park. I would tell everybody, the Mullen brothers, Joey Mullen, played up there with Kenny and Tommy and Brian, and they were pretty good.
I think I told you we had the Keith Kachuk's nephews played in my league, because Keith Kachuk's from up here, and
I always liked him.
They were both really good too. Larry comes by. Parker made them throws, and we were talking about that from the outfield. So that was Parker. Okay, I wanted to do that. And Triple G posted a Parker tribute. He went 1 for 4 at the plate, but he actually threw out a base runner at third base. Nice.
Oh, wow.
It's always fun when that happens, Midlife comes by. Midlife Crisis in 79 in the Kingdom. He misplayed a shallow fly ball down the line. He caught it on the bounce with his back to the field and threw a dot to third to get Rice, who was trying for a triple. I think I remember seeing the highlight of that play, I think. Who's this guy? Who is this guy, Vin? Who is this guy, Phil?
Phil played up at the park, too. He was younger than me, but
nice.
Yeah. I'll be seeing him Saturday, him and Joe Cards at my house.
Fantastic.
Yeah, some open gaming and some grilling, and I'm hoping I don't eat too much again and get sick on them. And no, that's not going to happen.
Enzo said he started a Strat 365 70s league. I have not played that Strat 365, but I am glad that they have some things like that are a little bit different. I do like that. And Richard says the 77 Kings of Canadians about to drop. Weren't they in the same division, which is the 70s hockey divisions were weird. If you remember that back in the day, because the Seals played in the Adams division with the Bruins. How the heck are the Seals in the Adams division?
They had Western Conference teams in the Western Conference.
So 77, 78 Canadians with the Red Wings, the Kings, the Penguins, and the Capitals. Boy, that's a mishmash. That's West Coast.
What was that travel like?
Yeah, so Montreal, Detroit, I can see the Kings just made no sense.
No.
At all. And then you get the Penguins and the Capitals. They should have been in the Patrick division. They should have bumped Atlanta out of that Patrick division. But Montreal lost that game in real life 5-3, hoping for better results tonight. I'm actually not hoping for better results tonight. I'm hoping the Kings win again. No, wait. Montreal lost? Yes, I'm kind of hoping that stays the same. I'm hoping the Kings beat them again. I'm sorry. I like the Kings. I like those purple jerseys.
I like the purple jerseys, too. But not enough to root for them to beat my team.
Oh, yeah. Kevin has started a code and dice group talking about doing some coding and some gaming.
Yeah, you might as well put me back in an algebra class.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff myself. I'm terrible with that, let me see. We aren't thorough enough. You cut too many corners.
Eh,
You know.
I don't have enough corners cut. I told you. I offered my friend's daughter. She's getting married in September. I offered her $30 an hour to come
Yeah.
over. She told me
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it for nothing.
Yeah, I was going to offer some local kids $20 an hour to come in and corner my stuff
Kids
for you.
today, these kids today, they want everything handed to them.
Yeah. Phil played roller hockey for 28 years. Yeah, I played for a while. I'm slowing down myself. Really slowing down a little bit. Oh, no. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? ST comes by. Good to see you, ST. Where are you, by the way? You've been floating around the country. You're like
I
a
know where it is.
UFO. Is that you get sighted in different areas part of the country here? Is what happens here. You're right about believing older decades equals less scoring. That's a fallacy. What? No, fallacy. Is that what's a fallacy? Is that false? Fallacy.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you can't use
Like
big
a
words
myth.
here on a Saturday night. You just can't use big words.
I know that one though. Listen, I dropped out 3 months of high school, but fallacy, I know.
You knew that one there? Okay, I thought it was a dirty
I guess
word.
somebody
I
said
don't
my
know.
whole life is a fallacy. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what that. I thought fallacy was a fantasy. I don't know. The highest pace in the NBA was in the 60s, and the highest scoring college basketball decade was the 70s. Interesting. Okay, interesting.
I guess Pete
Yes,
Maravich handled it all on
Enzo,
his
I
own.
heard about this. The Hamilton League puck was Scotch 88 electrical tape. There's
I
a
told
guy.
you.
There's a
Told
guy.
you.
I don't know if you did you ever know a guy Vinny named J.R. Rowland?
No.
Big tall guy. He's probably about 62 years old right now. So he's a little older than me, but he played in my league for a while. He just moved to Florida. But he sat us down one day, and I did an interview with him. Like if I can find that interview, I'll send it to you on YouTube. And he talked about playing roller hockey in the 70s in New York, how he would get on the bus or the subway, and he was playing for, I think, for a YMCA team, and they would just go and it would just be fights and craziness going on in New York in the 70s. But they played with electrical tape. That was their puck.
Yes. When we were kids, after a while, the Con Edison guy had to lock the back door when he got out to do work.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because there would be no more Scotch 88s.
Yeah.
We would clean them out. See, I could say that now because I think the statute of limitations is over. But we were young. We were young. But, yeah, that's what they used. So Enzo played there too. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, a lot
What
of
a
roller hockey
small
players.
world.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't want to ask Endo how old he is, but how old are you, Enzo?
Joe says
Four.
XHL is a lot of fun. The pregame shootout adds a lot of potential strategy to the game if it's close in the third. Yeah, I can see how that would be.
Yeah.
I want to add some things like, I like how some of the rules I have to play with an empty net. That looks fun. I'm trying to think what else I would add to that. I'll come up with some things. I know I will. And John says the XHL is fun. Love the strategy. Getting 2 points in a goal. That is a power play opportunity, but you kept the penalized player on the ice. Yeah, there's a few things like that. That if there's risk reward things, if you want to do this, then you can, potentially do that. So I like that. Ryan says the Beach Roller Hockey Pro League from the late 90s was super entertaining to watch. Videos are still on YouTube. The beach hockey I didn't care for. That had the ramps in the back. That was kind of weird. I think they had like the 2-point shot or the 3-point shot. I forget what it was. But playing on the beach, man, I don't know how you could do that. That'd just be too damn hot in the sun. Really, If I look loose balls, check out the movie Semi-Pro. I have seen that a couple of times. Yes, I have seen that. Yep. The guy makes the shot from half court, and they give him the big check. And he goes, oh, the bank won't take it. Well, it's a big check. You might need a big bank.
Will Farrell.
They weren't counting on anybody to make that shot. And then they brought in the grizzly bear, and the grizzly bear was killing people. That was great.
I've never seen that.
Oh, from the 51st state in Canada, Sean comes by. Hi, Sean. And Barbara said that her ex did play roller hockey. Okay.
I wonder if I played with or against these guys. If they played on the Canadians, we played together.
So they go all over the place in Brooklyn and play roller hockey, even up to Williamsburg. Okay.
I'm telling you, it was a good league. We won this, like they used to have these city all-star teams from the rinks, and we won it every year. I mean, we had a lot of talent. We used to play Kings Bay in the finals all the time.
Nice.
And it was nasty.
Dave Little, good to see you, Dave Little. We still got to get that wrestling going, Dave. At some point when things settle down for you, let me know, and we'll get some wrestling going because I want to get that Phil Singer wrestling. I enjoyed that. I have a couple of my favorite wrestlers, and I want to wrestle. And do either of us remember the Roller Hockey International League, the RHI? Yes. The
Mhm.
90s, yeah, I remember they were on ESPN2 in the afternoon. I remember coming home from work and catching them on ESPN2 when ESPN2 first came out. In fact, they had some NHL guys when they started. I think, was it Trottier or Tonelli played, and they had a handful of guys in the
I
NHL that they
remember
would
that.
play just to kind of get the sport up and running. Um, there was actually a guy that ended up playing with the Worcester Ice Cats and then the Boston Bruins that played on the Fire Ants team, I think it was in Atlanta. And I actually interviewed him about that one time. And I was
Mm,
talking about the roller hockey league. And I says, why do you think it didn't work? And he goes, I really think the big thing was it was in the summer. They played in the summer, and hockey in the summer is just not going to go over big.
no, no.
So that's what he told me. Yep.
Yeah, it was too much to be playing that sport in the summer.
And Carter says, L.A., Montreal, Detroit, Washington, Pittsburgh were in the same division. Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they would do that, And conferencing didn't matter. Yeah, I kind of like the old playoff format, the 1-16. I know that
Mhm.
travel is not the way, but nowadays it's just well, it's a little better than it was in the 90s, in the like late 80s, early 90s when the Bruins. It was like the Bruins and the Canadians, the Whalers, Sabres, and Nordiques. So you had those 5 teams. And for years, you would play 82 games, and the Bruins were either playing Buffalo or Hartford in the first round because Montreal always finished first. Boston always finished second. So it all depends who finished third or fourth, Buffalo or Hartford, and that's who we played. So you would play the whole season, and you'd play Buffalo 16 times, and then you get them in round 1 of the playoffs. It just was like, come on. I mean, Quebec was bad, so they never made the playoffs, at least not for a while. And so they finally get rid of that, which was good because I thought that was terrible. But I always liked the 1-16 because, in fact, I still want to do some stuff here on the table at some point and do the 1-16 what if playoffs because those are just so fun. I remember one year, Boston played LA and,
Right.
Colorado played Chicago or something like that. It was just really, fun matchups
Right.
that and you could play anybody. So if you were the best team, you played the 16th team. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't play the worst team in your division or your worst team in your conference. You should play the worst team
Right.
and do it that way. And I always wanted to do a project like that, but I never
When
did.
I've done all my replays, I still do it, but I haven't had a full season replay in a while. But
Yeah.
that's how I do it. I just
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
let the top team earn that spot. So Enzo's 60. Not much younger than me. Although I'm
And
finding
Dave,
everybody's
I
younger
did
than
see
me.
Dave. I did see you playing some. I was watching a movie tonight, and I kind of had you on my phone. I was kind of watching you do the wrestling thing tonight because the notification come up on my phone. So that is that. The Golden Eagle 99 comes by. Good to see you, bud. Yep. Happy 4th of July to you too. And let's see here. David says, I mentioned Brian Trottier. He used to play in hockey leagues down here in Orlando when he was in his 60s. He's still way better than any of the young guys, even as an old man. Oh yeah, we have
I
up
don't
here
doubt it.
in the league that I play out of, right? We have the league, the rink has an over 50 league and even an over 60 league. And the over 50 league is really seeded with a lot of ex-college players. And you watch them play, these guys 55, 56, 57 years old, and they're moving out there. It's like, man, I'm not keeping up with them. Even 10 years ago when I was, in my 40s, I was like, I couldn't keep up with these guys. It's like, seriously. Now, granted, there's A and the B level. So the B level was slow, and I would do fine in that. But the top level, you wouldn't know these guys were in their 50s. I mean, they're not in their 20s, but I mean, it's like, man, they
No,
look
they
pretty
could
good,
still motor. Now, do they play all out hitting?
No.
Right.
There's
Okay. Most
very
kids
few leagues
don't.
that do that. Yeah, it's
Right.
all. I mean, there's bumping and stuff, but it's not a check league by any means. In fact, there is one league. Somebody runs a league up there. I think it was on Thursday night, and it's full check and all fighting and stuff. I'm like, that is just dumb. It's like, why'd you do that? I wouldn't referee that.
Right.
It's just going to allow guys to fight and give them 5 minutes like an NHL game. It's like that's just not what you want at this level.
You
It's
know
just
what's really intense, Dave? Did you ever go to New York the fire department against the Boston Fire
I heard
Department?
those the fire department and the police department games were bad.
Bad.
I almost I don't know if I was going to go ref one time or score keep or
Luck.
something, and because they were looking for some. This is many years ago when I was younger, and I thought they were talking about, and then someone said, yeah, those, and I heard it was like a bloodbath. There's all these fights. I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't get involved in that, because I thought it'd just be a fun little happy-go-lucky thing, but nope, they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
It's brutal, and they
So,
could play. Talent.
John says, for anybody that hasn't gone to a conference, this is what it's like. But with 10 to 12 guys around a table talking sports. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what it is people sitting around. But some guys will have a game on the table and you'll be talking about it, and you'll see people playing, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of like an all-you-can-eat buffet of games. It's really what it is. It's a good time. So yeah, so John, yep, that's what it is. Clay comes by. Good to see you, Clay.
Oh, there he is.
ST will be happy to know he's working on 1918 for season ticket. Now, would that be season ticket baseball or season ticket football?
God, it's football. I doubt it.
Are we going to play season ticket football? 1918, like the Three Stooges playing, right? Do you know what's weird is back then college football was like way bigger than pro football.
Yes.
And I have no idea why that is, but like the college football was the stuff in back in the day. And I don't know what day I'm talking about here, but maybe 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yes.
Because that game that I gave Jeff, the football game, the thrilling football game, that was in the 40s, and it was it was college football. It was supposed to be a college football game. And just the pro wasn't that big.
A book out there that I have an audio book on Red Grange. I think it's the first great. So I got to look up the name of it, but it's on Red Grange, and it talks about how he was looked like down upon from not going back to Illinois and turning pro, because pros were like golf pros. They didn't want to be a golf pro back then because they were like the dregs of human society.
Yeah,
and the NFL was nothing. But the college game was huge.
Yeah,
huge.
It's kind of funny how that
and Red
was.
Grange put it on the map when he went to the Bears. George Halas recruited him. It's a great book. Great book. Good story.
Nice. Try the Matrix scene over here as we get to Tony B. He says, hi, guys. Just tuned in. Vinny. So this is for you. This is for you, Vinny. I bought the matchup fact decks. Thanks for the recommendation. Oh, yeah.
Good for you, Tony. Any questions? Search me out on Facebook. Glad to help. I love it.
And he's currently playing some Bank Shot 95, 96. Are you guys familiar with that? Have you ever heard of Bank Shot basketball?
Little bit. I just collated that season, Tony. Matter of fact, I put Orlando and Chicago on my table. I sent Dave a picture of the two team thoughts. I can't wait to roll it.
That's so great. Let's see. Bob Rath, did you ever play ball roller hockey? We would go into Queens and play.
No, the only time I played with a ball was we played deck hockey out in Long Island, but we only lasted one game. It's a long story, but it got ugly. They threw us out. So, yeah. It was nice while it lasted. They had a nice deck.
Let's see here. Christopher says, I remember one of my classmates' buddy, his brother, one of his buddies, and I played 2-on-2 roller hockey on the playground one summer. He played on foot. Oh, you can't play on feet. You'll never catch anybody.
That's what we did in that deck league.
Oh, the deck, yeah, but if someone's on rollerblades, you can't.
No, you can't track them down.
Yeah, you can't catch them, yeah. John asks Clay, when is season ticket hockey coming?
I think I could answer that for Clay.
When is season ticket hockey coming? No, he says when is season ticket basketball coming?
Oh, there you go. He's still in one too?
I don't know. He's got the baseball thing going on. I don't know. Everyone keeps bugging about basketball and hockey. That's the problem, is when you're a game developer and you put out a couple of games that people really like, it's like, oh, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? When are you going to do this?
Yeah,
so
I get it.
Yeah, we need to talk more. We need to talk more Bank Shot on the podcast. Yeah, we do. I still got to release the audio version of the PlayCon wrap up. That'll be the next podcast, and then we'll have our next recorded show coming up, hopefully this week. I just need to kind of get through some of the holiday stuff here and just kind of enjoy my time off. Let's see here. 3 to 6 months after matchup basketball. Okay, that's when he's going to do the hockey. In all seriousness, ST and him are talking a lot about game dev and sharing ideas, and his game's a lot closer to release than his. So, yeah, ST's working on some stuff too.
That's two guys that put their head together. Yeah. Really knock it out of the park.
Barbara said it got ugly.
Oh, I bet. I know, Bob. I know.
And Tony B says he's familiar with that Rod's tabletop hoop. Yeah, I got to talk to Rod. I've been talking to Rod, so we got to get him on and talk to him.
He's good.
Yeah, I love his stuff. Yeah, Clay says thumbs up for hockey. So it's good to see we're going to have some season ticket hockey here pretty soon. That's the rumor I'm going to start tonight.
I could have predicted Clay would think that. Listen, California hockey. I don't know. I'll take these 2 games any day, though. Any day, Clay. Baseball and your football games are fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. And John said in Denver, ST was giddy over his basketball. Yep. Yeah. He kind of was talking to me about it. We were sitting around one night, probably after Waffle House. I think it was, or the Shake Shack, one of the two. We were just kind of talking about his basketball game. He's kicking around. It was interesting. It really is. It's I like where he was going with it. I really do.
All I could say is hang on tight. That's all I could say.
Yeah. Well, again, if you like the football game, that's kind of fun with that, And let's see. Clay said he was born in Boston and grew up there mostly. In California is relatively.
So when are we gonna have season ticket hockey?
Yeah. Yes.
College hockey. Oh.
I'm not a big college hockey fan either.
Really?
Yeah. Although I did watch it back in the day. Because I remember Saturdays at 2:00, they had a college hockey game of the week on one of the major channels too out here, which is kind of interesting. We had just like ABC, NBC, CBS, and then, a couple of UHF channels. So I think we had like 5 channels you could get, but it was just kind of weird that, they'd have college hockey on at 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon in the wintertime, but it'd all be local teams. Those, be Dartmouth and, taking on Princeton or Colgate or something like that. And just, it was a game of the week for a while there.
Joey Mullen played on the Saturday afternoons. If he was on, we were all tuning in to watch it.
Yep. And I remember the guy that did the broadcast, and he was like one of the newscasters on one of the channel, but I didn't know he did hockey games, but he did. And I forget his name now, John Clarkson or something like that, but he did the games. He did all right. So I again, as a hockey broadcast, I like my hockey broadcasters is what I like. So.
Well, you do a good job yourself there, my man. I heard you.
Yeah, some of the stuff is not too bad. I had a pretty good playoffs last year, so that was pretty good. Yep. Yeah, hockey is your sport. It is. And Joe says, I've been bugging Clay for a hockey game since D to D-Con. It's only been a couple of months.
Poor Clay, you better watch. He's going to block you out, Joe.
I know, right? Oh, you can't have enough hockey games, though. You really can't. I have so many, and I play them all. They're just so fun. Again, I'm playing Grant's game right now. Grant is like, he's so nice to talk to. He really is. And I'm not saying that other guys are not. So let's not do that. But what I'm saying is, like, when I talked to him once on the computer, and then I finally met him in Colorado, and I don't know what it is. It's just we just sit, and he's just like so relaxing to talk to. Grant, the creator of the 49 Quick Decks football and hockey.
He seems it.
And you could just talk to him. And if you're confused with stuff, you just ask and he'll explain it to you. And if something's confusing, he'll write it down and say, well, let me see if I can fix that, or, make it a little bit better for you, or whatever it is. But he's just so smooth and so cool with stuff. He's just so laid back. And he's just, everybody was fun to talk to out there. But, but there's, he just has this, I don't know. I just get real comfortable around Grant. I feel like I can really talk to him. Just one of those guys.
Right.
And lacrosse is also Canadians' other national sport. I'm not a big lacrosse guy. I've never been lacrosse. And Grant is always smiling in his videos. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's just he's always smiling in his videos. Grant, he's just fun. And he sent me a nice note when I bought the because he sent me the game. So I bought 74.75, and he sent it to me, and he just said, "Hey, thanks for showing the game off on the channel." And so no problem. And he said I was doing pretty good with it too. He says, "Oh, looks like you get the flow down." So I guess I'm not playing it wrong. So I'm kind of happy about that.
You too. I said it. So for a game that was brand new, you really seem to.
Yeah, and it's a busy game. It's not an easy game. It's not hard, but there's a lot to it. So Clay said he was a Bruins fan in the '80s. But don't follow them much now. The sport we all grew up with was candlepin bowling. Yes, we did. No joke. It was candlepins for cash was the name of the show up here, and I forget if it was it was Candlepins. That's what Candlepins for Cash, and people would,
Never
those
heard
are
of
those are the thin ones. You know, you get the regular bowling, which is I don't know what they call the regular bowling, but the Candlepins are the thin ones, and they make a lot of noise. And so there used to be
this is
a show
news
called
to me.
Candlepins for Cash. I think the people could win $100, but that was a lot back in the day. And so that was the show up here. In fact, I worked at a printing shop, right, when I was growing up in my 20s. And we would make the plates and the machines that would print golf balls and, all kinds of things like that. So all the Titleist stuff that you see, we made the machines and the plates that printed the Titleist on the ball.
Huh.
Yeah, so we were one of the companies that did that, one of the few companies that did that.
Okay.
And so we would print all kinds of things. I think we did Rawlings for baseball, like we had the MLE logo for baseball, and then we do the souvenir pens and bats for hockey and baseball. So we did all kinds of printing. I made the plates. The other guys made the machines. I made the plates that had the logos. So I always got to see the logos. It was kind of neat. It was a hard job. It was very the job itself kind of sucked, trying to get the results, but it was fun seeing the logos and stuff. But anyway, one day they come in and we were supposed to try to print something for candle pins. And so someone came in with a candle pin, and I've never held one before. Never held one, never touched one. You never, you don't get close to a candle pin, right?
I don't even know what the heck it is.
You never seen that candle pin bowling?
No, but I'm going to look it up when we're done.
It's about, I don't know. Let's see. I got a 15-inch ruler here. Probably about this big. Probably it's 15 inches. Okay, that's a 15-inch ruler, and it's this round. It's about as round as not quite as round as a hockey puck. Even thinner than this can. I would think it's not quite as wide as that can, but it was about this big. Okay, and the guy came into the area we were working in, and he dropped it on the ground, and it sounded like a bowling alley. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "These things are designed to make that bowling sound." And he dropped it on the ground. I was like, and it was just bouncing around. Everybody come around like, who's bowling over here? Because that's what it sounded like. It was like a bowling alley. And he goes, they're designed this way. How they have them haul it out in certain areas, and it was kind of fun.
A little different than bocce ball, then, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So
you know bocce? You know bocce ball?
I've seen bocce. Yeah, I never played it, but I've seen it. Yeah,
oh,
but I remember I remember holding that candle pin. I think I dropped it on the ground too. I was like, yeah, sounds like a bowling game. This is great. Yeah.
Never heard of it. Now I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yeah.
There's another game Clay could design, candle pin bowling.
Yeah, and Sean says he's been checking out that on YouTube. It's much harder than 5-pin bowling he used to play. Yeah, the candle pin's tough because it's so thin, and the ball you used was real small. It was like the size of a grapefruit or a
like a bocce ball.
Yeah, it was small. When you're playing the regular bowling, the PBA, whatever, I don't know what you call regular bowling. You get the fat pins and the ball is huge. I've never actually thrown one of those, I don't think. I've only done the candle pin, and the balls are, again, they're like a softball. They're about maybe a little bit bigger than a softball, and that's what you got to try to knock down 10 pins with, and it's like, forget it. That'll never happen,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. John says, agree about Grant. I really love the sheet style he puts out for those games, football and hockey. Yep.
Yeah, nice layout. I can't wait to get my hockey game.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to get it too. I got it here. I've had it here for a while, and I finally played it. Now I'm printing out some teams, and I like the fact that you can print out all the extra guys. I drop logos in Excel, and that there. I printed out the goalie, so I'm all set for my 74, 75, plus the seasons that he sent me. So I've been playing some of that. So I have a nice little spread of, I think I got 70. 71, then I bought the 74, 75, and then 81, 82, and 92, 93. So I got 4 seasons. Nice. And I'm going to probably get more PDFs. I'll get that WHA set for sure. Right. And I will probably get, I have 75, 76. I don't know if I'll get that because I have 74, 75, but I might. I think the PDFs are like $15, and then you gotta do some printing with it. But I think I might do that.
My main printing has been, I tell you, was season ticket baseball.
Yeah,
and I don't print out teams as I need them because there's something wrong with me mentally. So I print the whole season out, and it's like 248 sheets. But the perforated paper, that Clay, it works perfect.
Yep,
it's just like boom, 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 it's out. But you wait a while to print 248 sheets, and then the stadium cards.
Yeah. I print out the teams as I need them too. But I mean, I know, you say you print them all. I like to print them all, but when it comes to baseball, I can't because baseball there's too many. There's just too many teams and
I
sheets, and
agree. I
I'd
don't know
be
what's wrong with me.
it's
I
not
don't.
wrong with you because I want to do it too, but there are some things that I just like. I'm just going to print out as I need it, and then if I need another one, I'll print it out. Because again, they're so easy to print. I cut my own, but they're spaced perfectly, so I get them on my cutter, and my cards come out perfect every
Yeah,
time. So I don't mind printing them out at all.
you
And
know,
getting
it's
back to
so easy.
Clay, he's not laughing at the idea of a hockey game. Um, he's just laughing that I replace basketball with hockey on his comment. Well, I don't do that. I don't do that. That's not what I do. Charles comes by. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. And good to see you, Charles. Sean says he plays in a bocce league, and he's the leading scorer in his bocce league, according to his post here that I just posted and lied about.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
good job, Sean. He's a leading. I heard he's a penalty minute leader too in that bocce league too.
Wow. So he throws the bocce balls at people. Wow. One, you got to be strong, and two, you better have a helmet on if you get hit with it.
Yeah, right.
Whew.
Yeah, we have to ask Keith to make a bocce ball game. Yeah.
I'm sure he's got it lined up.
Oh man, some guys can create anything. And Joe's cutting out the 55 National League right now. Fantastic,
Did you see
fantastic.
the stuff that Joe came home to? I think the neighbors were complaining, so he had to like tell the pilot to hurry up to flight him home.
I thought he might have gone and robbed your house. That's what I thought. I thought he kind of robbed you. He went and robbed Vinny's house. He come home. Look at all the stuff I got for this guy.
Oh man, his whole front deck was like covered with boxes, and
Yeah, and then he laid them out. He had like dice and Strad
that
and
was a small dice set up. Dice he ordered. Yeah, there was about 6 or 7 in that box.
yeah. I have a whole bunch of dice. So you and I used to do when I first started rolling the cards and dice stuff. I bought all kinds of dice colors because I would line up the dice with the team. So if I played a hockey game and I had San Jose, I had teal dice for San Jose and then orange dice for Philadelphia. That's how nuts I was. I don't quite do that anymore because I have a lot of the helpers. But yeah, I did like that. I used to get all crazy. I still do once in a while. I like having different colored dice. We have an update. Montreal takes a 1-0 lead over the Kings. Lafleur with a power play goal.
Hero.
Lemaire and Robinson on the assists. Oh boy.
That was my number too. I wore it, number 10. Because of him, the flower.
Yep. And Joe's laughing at something we said. Maybe it was the penalty minutes for the bocce ball. Dave comes by. Good to see you, Dave's Board Gaming. He just finished cutting the Legends and Busts and Negro League Champs set.
What a set. I got the printed ones. I tell you, they just came. I got the printed ones. I broke them down.
120 pages, yeah.
Oh, no. I got the printed ones.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
But that's a nice set. I'm waiting for the. Oh, no. I got the Negro League set. I'm waiting on that set because I want to combine them and make a little, like a league out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got the printed and I'm waiting for Joe to send the rest of my stuff.
Okay. Phil says he's guilty of matching dice with his teams. Yeah, I do. I have a whole draw full here. And what I do sometimes if I go to like gaming shops, if I can't find anything, I'll grab some dice while I'm there. And I have silver for the Lions, that I grab silver for. Of course, you got your typical colors, the black and the reds. But I like to match it. Like when I play football games, what game is it that I play that there's a head-to-head 20-sided die roll? There's a football game I play. And I forget which one it is, but you roll 2 20-sided dice, and so I make sure I have my team colors lined up for that. Maybe it was Appa football. I forget. There's something that you got to get the highest number with some game. I thought it was football, and I have colored die for each team, so I know who's rolling what. So that way I can get the matchup though.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I was looking for a blue 10-sided die to play, and I think it was because I wanted to play season ticket. It was before the printed stuff came, and I couldn't find my bag, so I went on Amazon and ordered another one. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I can't find this one die." She goes, "You mean the ones under the sink there?" And I was like, "Oh man, I got to stop queuing her in."
I have to have extra dice on hand because I'll be playing here on the table, and if I'm rolling dice, something goes flying and I lose it. And sometimes I go pick it up, and other times it's just easier to grab one from over here. So I
Yep.
try to have backup right here when I'm live.
Sweep them up later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Richard says, "Well, the Kings came back. Tom
Ah,
Williams with Goring and Sargent, and it's tied 1-1. The Kings actually were always second place in that division behind the Canadians, so I'm not surprised they're giving them a little bit of a fight. But yeah, those Canadian teams between 75 and 79, just you couldn't touch it.
nope.
Yeah, dice under the sink. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, there's a little space under the sink, and when I couldn't fit nothing else, I threw some games under there. And then there went a bag of dice, and then there went the shootout hockey fast action cards, and yeah, so
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
I got that shelf. It's here. I
yeah.
was carrying it in today. Matter of fact, I was supposed to chat with ST, and I couldn't move after bringing the pieces in. I went downstairs. And that was it. My legs were wobbling. That's it. Dropped the air down and went on the futon. I don't remember the next hour. Oh,
You pull a muscle.
now I got to put it together. I got like two left hands too. I got to put the shelf together. It's huge, but it's
Philip
gonna.
comes by. Good to see you, Philip. Thanks for coming by here. They were just kind of chatting games, just seeing what you guys are playing and getting an update on the Canadians and the Kings game on Richard's tabletop here tonight. It's always fun to do that. I did that with Ron a couple times. Ron would be on playing a baseball game, and I think I was playing the Summit Series. That's what I was. Oh, I told him we got to ask John if he'll do the Summit Series, the 72 Summit Series.
Oh
I'm gonna message him right now before I forget. I want to do that.
And everybody's commenting about my sink. So now I'm gonna have to post a picture on Facebook of what under that sink is like. It's not the kitchen sink; it's a pantry.
Is it a
Oh,
dry sink or is it a real sink?
a dry sink. Doesn't every sink get water?
No, we had a thing called the dry sink. It was just like a place where people put bottles and stuff, and there
No.
was no water on it, but they called it a dry
Oh
sink.
no, there's water under there. But
Okay.
there's like a lot of junk under there. So I threw the little black felt bag of dice and the game and another game. Now the games are gonna come back down here, and that shelf behind me is getting moved. I tried to move it today. It almost killed me. There's all books on it, and it almost toppled over. So I figured, let me get the books. Or I try to do things like expedited, but they're not always the most intelligent way to go about things. So yeah, the books got to come off that shelf, and then I don't know who's going to put this thing together, but we'll figure it out. Hopefully, it stays up.
That's what we do. We figure it out.
We try our best.
Holy cow, Joe, what's going on over here? He has been around. He's in the hospital having a pacemaker put in. Holy cow! Well, hopefully you're here, so hopefully you're doing well, Joe. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully things are better.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm hoping that things are all right. I had heart surgery 2 years ago, and they just kind of tried to fix it, and they didn't. But um, they said they thought they fixed it, but they didn't. But so hopefully things are better now. My brother-in-law's got a pacemaker. He says he can hear it at night sometimes. He's got the mechanical one, I think it was, something like that, and he can hear it clicking. And he thought it was kind of weird, but he's had it for years. So hopefully you'll be okay,
oh
and you'll be
yeah,
set for
Joe.
years to come, Joe. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm glad. Thanks for the update, though. Hopefully, things are better.
pay attention to those doctors and do what they say.
Yep. And but I'm glad you're around again, Joe. Sean says I'm on AliExpress. I don't know what that is. What kind of a site is AliExpress? I don't know if he's in a live chat. That's all I need to know. He's on a live chat somewhere. He's trying to get a refund for a dice tower he'll never get from China. It's been 4 months. That's awesome.
Oh man,
Ron had that. Ron ordered I think it was a Trottier hockey jersey one time from one of those places, and he never heard back. And it just like something really was just really weird what happened with it. And so he ended up like sending him a message like a couple months later and saying, geez, I haven't heard back from you, so just cancel my order. So they canceled his order. Next thing you know, the jersey showed up.
oh, that's a home run.
Yeah, so it was just coming from wherever. So but Ron, he goes on all those crazy websites. So I don't ask.
I don't
So yeah,
trust them.
4 months for a dice tower. Yeah, my wife ordered a lot of clothes from all those places there, and it takes, like I say, 2 months later, it's like, where's my shirt or where's my pants or whatever it is, and they come in and it looks like they're for a Barbie doll. They're like this big. She's like, "Oh, what is that? That this is XL?" I get it, So yeah. And John says we need a webcam at Vinny's place. Sounds like it's game day. Gets a bit wild over there with dice under the sink, and yeah, you never know.
Saturday, it's open. Come on down, John. I got guys coming. Free steak.
Yeah. And Tremblay scores from Montreal 2-1 now as Richard's playing his game.
Rich is just in his own world. He's
What was
just
it? What was
killing
he? Was
us
it? Richard? What game are you playing?
hockey bones.
Hockey. Oh, he's playing Bones. Really? Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. I have that set, I think. I have like practically all the sets that you can print. Vinny is like the Tom Cruise in the film American Made. When his character was making so much money, he was stuffing it everywhere. But
Yeah, I only wish.
Vinny's got his games everywhere. Yeah.
Joe Bryan's got all my money. Ask him.
Yeah. Joe is a great guy. I wish you could have talked to him. So we were out, and I was like, I was gonna have you talk to him. That would have been fun. He's great. You know what he did? You know what Joe did is so I was missing the San Diego Sales, right? The ABA team. I was missing their team card. And I said, Joe, I've gone through the set, the 75, 76 set 3 times. I can't find the Sales team card. I says, not that I want to make you send me one card, but I said, I don't have it. So maybe send me the PDF. And he did. And I just said, I just like to have a complete set, I said, but if I can't, I can't. I get it. And so he says, I have it. I'll drop it in the mail. And then my last one, he goes, oh, Dave, I forgot to put it there. I says, well, you going to Colorado? He's like, yeah. I says, bring it to Colorado. So he brought it to me. He brought one card to Colorado for me. So now I brought it home and I have a complete set,
Oh, and he gave you that college set.
And he gave me the college set. Yeah. He says, Dave, thanks for everything. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, during the panel, I don't know if anybody watched the panel. I put the panel up, the video of the panel up. It was Kurt Berglund videotaped our panel. It was myself, Kurt, Steve Tower, and James Cass. The 4 of us were on, the stage, if you will, and we were answering questions on Saturday for about an hour. And I got the audio, but I didn't get the video. And so I grabbed Kurt's video and synced it up with my audio. So now the panel, you can listen to it and watch it and see how that went. And where am I going with this? I was talking about, yeah. So on the panel, we were talking about what games you play and how do you decide what games to play. And it says, it's tough for me because sometimes I'm on a kick with a certain game and I just want to play that game over and over and over. And I says, if I play one more game of one more game of Bank Shot Basketball on my channel, people are going to start unsubscribing. And
I'm going through it now. You know.
Joe got a kick out of that. It was kind of
today.
funny.
I went upstairs with. I want to learn the game. Highlight Maker Hoops Primetime. Set it up, put it on the table upstairs so I could sit upstairs with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my wife came in from the yard, and I'm like, no, I got to go back. I wrapped it back up. I set up the Bank Shot game. I'm like, I just want to play that right now. I just want to play
it. The game is just, it's one of those games. Just everyone has these games that just works for you. And it just, no matter what it is, it's just so fun and plays so well. And I think having that app on the iPad, that really pushes that game over the edge for me because I can just tap on the points. It keeps my stats. It has a nice visual for the scoreboard. So that iScore basketball app, I'm not saying I wouldn't play Bank Shot as much, but I play it more because that app really makes it enjoyable for me. And I can check my minutes of the guys who played. So it helps me with my subs. It helps me to see, how many shots people are hitting and their percentages and who's hot and who's cold. I just really, really enjoyed that app with that game. It's so nice. It's like
it's a great app. It's a great app. Sometimes though I just want to zip the names in, boom, 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 and I roll like that, But
yeah,
I don't know how to do like you do with the clock. On the
I hit it and I let it run a few seconds and then I stop and then I play a few cards and then when I get to when I see them coming up on the end of the minute, I hit it and I let it roll. So I just keep it close. It's never exact. I just keep it close just to give me an idea, and that helps me keep the minutes of the guys too.
Right.
So the clock doubles for a lot of things like that.
I put little marks for the minutes and stuff, but.
And Joe says he's taking care of himself, listening to his doctor and playing a few games. He keeps saying, yes.
Good.
Yes, games are very important, when you're not feeling good
and
you're going through things. Yeah,
right?
we did. Yeah, well,
Talk about
was it Derek Jones made a nice comment about that on YouTube.
yes.
Or Facebook. Facebook it was. He said
Right.
that therapy talk that we did was one of his favorite shows. Yeah, it was just it was that was a good one, and we talked about a lot of things,
Yeah.
and it is this really is. I was having a couple of bad days over here myself with just things going on with work has been very depressing for me, and just the heat is getting to people, and people start arguing, and I just come downstairs, and I've been playing my hockey game, and just
Yeah.
this is my safe space, so to
Yeah.
speak. I come down here, and the world's blocked out, and I just do my thing. And you know what I did the other night, Vin? I was playing as I was learning the hockey game. So I got the computer here, and nobody was on, and I was watching a lot of videos on how to play the quick decks hockey. But at some point, it's like, I just want to just put something on in the background. So I went to one of my online services, and I put on an old Godzilla movie. I did. Right, got to put the G-Man on.
Black and white one.
No, this was
Okay.
from the 90s to the 2000s, I think. It was one of the newer ones. I think it
Wait,
was
wait,
like,
time out. The 90s are considered old now.
I
Oh
know,
my!
wasn't that like a couple years ago?
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
mercy.
yeah. This movie's probably like 30 years old, and I'm talking the 90s.
30 years old. Oh man.
Yeah, and I think it was like Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla or something like that, and I just put it on, and I just let it run while I played my game. It just had something on to do.
I get it. I get it.
And that's what I do. And I was like, so I'm downstairs, and the wife comes down. She's like watching me play hockey and got Godzilla on. She's like, "What are you trying to unwind?" I said, "Yes, I am. I'm trying to unwind."
Yeah.
So that was that.
I know my wife's great like that. I've told you, she knows like when we have to talk, like she just knows when to leave me be. Like not that she just knows that's I'm getting my space and she never blinks. But yeah, I do need it. And I
Yeah,
tell you, I've been playing. I used to play 3-4 days a week with golf and practice. And when I wasn't playing, now I just don't want to be around a lot of people now because the attitude out there has gotten so bad.
yeah.
I
That's
just
tough.
want to load up my games. I'll
Yeah,
play my games. I don't
yeah.
care.
I'm never getting disappointed when I put on my game here.
Nope.
I really am. I just enjoy it too much. So, all right, Richard, 2-1 Montreal off to 1. Take care. I do that too. He said he's going to pick up period 2 tomorrow. I do that too. As I'll lay out a game. It was Hockey Bones over in Studio A. I used to have a table set up, and I was playing my Hockey Bones over there. And I would play a period before breakfast or before I went to work, and then leave it, and then come back and play the next period, and then at night finish up. And so I would bounce around too. I did that too. Hockey Bones is one of those games that, yeah, sometimes I just don't want to do it in one playthrough because there's a lot of thinking, and I would get a little headache trying to do all the thinking sometimes. But yeah, I that's one game I wouldn't mind leaving on the table and coming back to. I did that with Quick Decks the other day. I played a couple of periods, and I was just too tired to finish. I was like, yeah, I'll come back in the morning and enjoy it. And John says, Highlight Maker Hoops, prime time is amazing. He will love it.
Oh, John, I'm gonna have to hit you up with some questions. Then
Yeah.
I do want to try it. Let's face it, all Keats games are fun, so I definitely want to try. I got about 5 seasons. Started collating 72, 73, 73, 74. I forget which one. And yeah, I want to check it out for sure.
Yep. And he says he loves both Bank Shot and Prime.
Good
Okay.
to know. Good to know.
All right.
Now, Dave, did you ever play his Highlight Maker Hoops Prime?
I played the
quick version one?
Yeah, what's that?
Highlight Maker Hoops.
Highlight Maker Hoops. Yeah. Yeah. I played that at Digital to DiceCon. I sat down. I think it was Keith sat me down, and he ran through a game, and we just played it. And it went pretty quick, and I got a good idea on how to do it. And then I was watching someone play, or a couple people play the full game out in Colorado, and I was watching that. And it was a little more complex than I want in a basketball game. Just
Okay.
me. Again, because I'm a casual basketball fan that doesn't know much about basketball. So games like, Bank Shot, just because it was so simple, it just worked for me. It just worked, and I maybe if I sat down with that game there, I would figure it out. But that works for me. The Downey's Player of the Game basketball works for me. Regular season basketball works. Some other games just don't work for me. Some other basketball games just I have a hard time with, and that one there I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have fun with this one.
Yeah.
So it's at some point I'll try it again. But for me, it's just like I don't know. It was just it didn't grab me. The highlight maker one seemed to be okay, but the deeper
Which is
one
the
just
quick
did,
play one.
yeah, it just did the quicker play looked good. I know that the baseline I like too.
I do like
From
it.
Turnbull, I do like that one there
You
too.
know, when I want to just sit upstairs, like, and I'm referring to like our dining room table, if I'm just sitting up there, I grab my quick play games like Red Ice, Baseline. Those are really the ones I play.
Yeah,
I just sit up there and I don't have to deal with none. I could listen if my
yeah.
daughter calls or
Hmm.
whatever it is. I could just hang out right there and take care of her and
That's
it's
how I am
fun. It's a fun game.
with shootout hockey. I can set up a game of shootout hockey in 30 seconds and be playing and just start flipping cards and rolling dice and it's like, oh man, it's just that's still my go-to game. It really is. But I have so many others too. Let's see here. Joe says he's just waiting to get better to go play some golf. Just take your time, and when
Yeah.
you're ready and you're feeling good, then go do it. You know what I mean? And just that's what you want to do is take your time,
Yeah.
heal
Health
up. You want
first.
to heal up first
Yeah.
of all. You want to heal
Yeah.
up and and do that. I was nervous too after I had my surgery. I was like, oh boy, and then I just you get more confident, and you just build it up, and you're good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Tony B in I score, you really only need to move one clock when you sub. Like Dave said, it's great for tracking minutes played. I've been using it for years. Um, I just kind of let it run because me, I'm a visual guy. So when I'm playing bank shot basketball, and I flip over the card and it says 7 minutes. So I look at my clock and I just let it run till I get close to 7. And then as I flip in cards, I know I'm getting close to 6 minutes. So I'll just let that clock run down and let it get close to 6 minutes, and then I'll stop it again. And it's just me. I just keep it close. It's never exact, and it's not meant to be exact, but it's a very good guide, and it's great. Yeah, as he said, great for tracking minutes. So I love that app for that. David says, now this is my third worst Godzilla movie I'm going to post here. Shin Godzilla won Best Picture in Japan in 2016. It was a big deal over there. Shin Godzilla is, for me, the second or third worst Godzilla movie. That was just, it didn't feel like a Godzilla movie. If you liked watching scientists give speeches in front of politicians, that's what Shin Godzilla was. The only thing I remember about it, I did watch it. There was this big thing that landed on the ground in Tokyo, and it started to take shape. What a surprise! It turned out to be Godzilla. Who would have thought this big thing that decided to take shape was going to turn into Godzilla? No one else knew. Spoiler alert: nobody knew. But the whole thing was just about politicians and scientists. It took place in offices talking about Godzilla. And then at the very end, he finally turned into Godzilla and did whatever. But I thought it was one of the it wasn't a Godzilla movie as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was one of the worst. I think the worst one is the second one, Godzilla Raids Again. I thought that was pretty terrible. And then Tokyo SOS was another Godzilla movie that I thought was horrible. I think I bought a digital version of it somewhere. And I was like, oh man, that is one of the, I just didn't like the story at all. I watched a lot of them, a lot of the 90s Godzillas, and I liked them, but that one was just, some reason just didn't like it. And Sean says he loves everyone. All righty. And Joe says he's not gonna to walk it yet. No, take the cart if you're gonna go golfing. Take the cart, And Sean says when he's chatting with all the people he likes to play games.
He invites them over, right? I
He
think
has a lot of people over. Yep, yep.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
midlife says my grandfather used to say, "Someday you're gonna realize people are no damn good except for you and me," and I have my doubts about you. That's a good way to put it. Okay, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Oh boy, this guy named Micah chimes in.
Yeah.
He says he haven't bought Prime Time. What, you had a stack of games like this, right?
How'd you miss Prime Time?
You had to go get a bigger rental car because you couldn't fit them all in the trunk. I saw that because I was there after the Shake Shack. Okay, so I don't know how you fit them all in the car, but you didn't get the basketball. Of all those games, you didn't get the basketball. Well, that gives them a reason to go back.
That's true.
Gives them a reason to go
They
back.
might come back with a U-Haul truck.
He might maybe stop by your house.
Mike is welcome my home any day.
Haven't bought the prime time, but sampled it at play and had ebb and flow that other basketball games haven't had for me.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Now I'm
some other
gonna have
people
to
said
try
that
it.
too. Yeah. For me, I just had a hard time. Maybe because I was bopping around. Maybe if I sat down and someone said, "Here's how to play this," then I'd be fine with it. But you had some chips you were putting on it, and it just confused me. And Dave Little says he loves primetime hoops. Okay.
See? Oh man, now I'm in the
Yeah,
minority. I
right.
gotta get it out there.
And Duffer Man comes by, the Seattle Kraken, and says, "Good evening."
There you
And
go.
Dave said also he's finished his second game of Solitaire Pro Football. So what are you thinking about that game, Dave? Solitaire Pro Football, I feel, is the fastest of the full play football games. It's the oldest, as far as I can tell, or maybe not the oldest, but it's an older game, and the mechanics are older, but it works. And it's very simple, but it works, and it's fun. And it just plays so quick because of the fast action cards. I mean, again, you're talking 10, 15 minutes quicker. You're not talking, you can't play a full game in a half hour. It's still going to take you an hour. But
Okay.
I think it's the fastest one of all of them. And then season ticket being the second fastest. If you're looking for speed.
I just the way season ticket flows for me. It's
Oh
just
yeah. No, that's a
as an
bummer.
NFL game, that's
So
my go-to.
I think Dave won that. I think at D2D-Con,
He
the
did.
Solitaire Pro Football, and he got the Super Bowl set. So that's a lot. It's 100 teams.
But you know what? Mike doesn't charge a lot of money at all for his
No, it's all PDF, but
Very
they're
reasonable.
team sheets. They're team sheets. Yeah. The thing is you got to print out the facts and cut them. So you got 100 facts to cut, and you can put them on whatever thickness you want. Get down to Staples and do it. But once you have that done, that's it. There's nothing else to do. You just flip, and there's no dice. You're just flipping the facts, and it's like boom, 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 and you get your results so fast with those fast action cards.
Hmm.
I think I bought an extra deck, so I have two, so I can kind of like really rip through them.
I might have to try it out. I won't put it under the sink though.
And Brian says, just saw we were live. Sorry I missed chatting with you at the con. He's been enjoying the XSL this week. I need to get the XHL up there. Too. We keep talking about that. It's on my table right there. You can't see it, just out of reach over here.
That's it. I'm going to have a date with that Saturday when Joe and Phil and Ray and Ryan come out. We're going to have to do a little XHL.
I'm looking forward to just kind of getting my hands on that and kind of creating something really, really fun and crazy. I like your idea of roller hockey, going 4-on-4 and trying to come up with something. If the puck goes to the center, what are you going to do with that? And just come up with, I don't know, come up with some crazy things for that,
You know what else was a cool idea? Joe had mentioned it. I really liked it. You know how you have the shootout in the beginning? Instead of
Yep.
like if there's a tie, he was saying, well, if you choose player A, he can't play in the game. So would you really go with your star player?
Yeah, do you want to use him up, but maybe he can't play in the third period or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I thought he was like something to play with there. That was a good idea. We're gonna have to bang heads when he comes here. Is that we say we bang heads or we put our minds together? Something like that.
You just take a nap.
I'm good at that. I'm good at naps.
Joe says Godzilla vs. King Kong was horrific. Yeah, it was. It was. When he was saying, eat the vegetables. You ever seen that meme when King Kong is taking a tree, or Godzilla takes a tree and he's stuffing it down Kong's mouth, or one of them stuffing a tree down the other mouth, and there's a meme going on that says, "Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables." He's trying to cram a tree down his throat. That's how silly King Kong and Godzilla was.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, that was great. It really was. Oh, you got to have fun with that. Have I tried Draft Day Sports Basketball? No, I've seen them. But I haven't. I'm not a big fan of the sports management games. I do like Franchise Hockey Manager, and I usually just draft a fantasy team and just let it auto play and see how I did, which is usually pretty bad. So I don't do much of that. Dave's board game says he still loves the original Godzilla movie. Oh, Dave, I still have dreams, and I've talked about this before. I've had so many dreams about Godzilla chasing me, because I watched as a kid and it scared me, and I still like the original. the original American version. I like the American version with Raymond Burr. But I have dreams about Godzilla coming down the street, and I remember like I'm gonna go all the way over here, and hopefully he'll go by me and I can get around him. I'm trying to outsmart Godzilla, this big tall thing. So, but I'm in my dreams I'm getting chased by Godzilla, and I still have those dreams, along with my dreams of not getting on the plane because I can't find my
I'm starting
ticket.
to worry about you now.
Oh, I have too many things to worry about. I do. I worry a lot. Mike, I brought a duffel bag in the carry-on the check on the home flight. So he's going to need that. Yes, you will. And Dave Little said he had to buy a backpack to get my games home from play. Yeah, that's what I purposely didn't buy a lot because I packed really light. I got all my stuff right on the plane. I didn't have to check anything because I didn't bring much. In fact, my duffel bag, I could crumple it up because it just had clothes in it. There was nothing really big in it. I took all my cameras and my microphones and my medicines and my little over the shoulder thing, and that was at my feet. I was telling the story when I get on the plane coming home. Trying to squeeze in. I'm all nervous when I'm on a plane, and I just took my pants out and take a pee, and my ass hit the door and it swung open. Nice. I look over, I'm like, oh, this is great. Nice. And the stewardess is like, I got this. So she closed and locked it for me. It's just like, there I am, taking a leak, and there's me, my ass hanging out. And she closed the door on my shoelace. My shoelace come undone. And I couldn't move my leg because it was caught, and I didn't want to open it again. And so I'm trying to take a leak with one leg behind me because my shoe was caught in the door. I was so embarrassed. It's like, I'm trying not to, get it everywhere. And then I'm trying to wash my hands, and I'm like, trying to turn, but you can't turn because it's so small, and my shoelace was caught in the door of the bathroom. So they come out and like, your shoelace is undone. I'm like, yeah, I got caught in the door and I couldn't move. But they just were laughing. I was like, don't laugh.
No, they were good. I could have came out of that bathroom. I would have had to just call me when the flight lands.
Yeah, they were good. Their bathrooms are smaller than I remember. I don't know how the heck the girls even sit down and go pee. It's like, it is just so small. It's like I could stand up and my legs were hitting the sides of it. And it's like I couldn't imagine sitting down. And then I looked, my watch was loose. If my watch ever fell in, I would have been, oh, what do I do? Because I loosened it up because it was loose. It was tight on my wrist. So I loosened it up in the plane. When I was sitting down, I went over there. I was like, oh my gosh, it's loose. If that had ever fell off, what do I do? Do I reach in or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done,
The trick is never to hang anything over a toilet bowl, but the toilet paper. That's it.
Yep.
Nothing else hangs over the toilet bowl.
Yep. I get it. Tony says what he likes about prime time is the combination of facts and dice.
I've seen that. It looks
I like games that do that.
It looks like it flows nice like
that. Dave says he's still doing a lot of lookups of the rules, but he's getting smoother. Yeah, there's a few little quirks with that Solitaire Pro Football, but for the most part, once you play a couple games, it's like, oh man, yeah, I'm getting it now. I had a hard time with the breakaway. I couldn't figure out the breakaway thing, and once I got the breakaway, that was my last hurdle. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. But most of that game is pretty fun. You flip a card, it tells you what the play is. You flip a card, tells you who's getting the ball, like if it's a run. So it's going to be it's going to be a run. And I think they only have 3 plays. I think they have run, short pass, long pass. It's real simple. So the run is all the runs. So short, it's left side, right side. It's what?
Use your imagination.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. So if they get a big gain, you're like, oh, he got a big gain. He must have run a sweep, or maybe he busted through the line, or it's a draw play or something like that.
Yeah.
So you flip and you look at the card to see what's called. And then you flip to see who's getting the ball. Then you flip to check the defense, and then you flip to see whatever the number is, and that number will tell you what to look at. And then you flip and you just look under run. And it says average plus whatever. And sometimes you just look, and if he's got an average of 3 and the defense says subtract 1 and the card says average plus 2, then you do the math. You're like 3 minus 1 plus 2, and you got a 4-yard gain or whatever it is. And it's that simple. And so things can go really, really quick, And he says the Bengals beat the Chiefs when the Chiefs couldn't convert a 2-point conversion in the final minute. He had a good game. Great.
Oh, wow.
Great. Did I ever watch Mothra? Yeah, Mothra was all right. I didn't mind Mothra. Yeah, I didn't like Gamera. I thought he was a sissy. I didn't like Gamera. The turtle, remember the turtle? and he had the two teeth. I never liked Gamera. I didn't like Gamera at all. You know, and he had the little kids that he would talk to, and the kids would communicate. Gamera, Gamera. I didn't like Gamera. Mothra was all right though.
We've reached the peak of our conversation.
Although there's this app called Pluto TV. It's free, right? Pluto TV's free. They had a Godzilla channel. They don't have it anymore, but they had a Godzilla channel that I was watching last year. But every time you turn it on, it was always Mothra. It was like Mothra, Mothra 2, The Revenge of Mothra, Return of Mothra. You know, Mothra Goes Shopping. I don't know. It's just like they have 100 Mothra movies, and they played mostly them. I'm like, oh man, I don't come here for Mothra.
Mothra takes on Jason.
Yeah, Mothra. Right? And Brian says the combination of driving and already owning most of the games made it pretty easy to get everything home from the con. Yeah, LOL. Yeah, I had most of this stuff too. You know, I was a mess on the plane, Barbara. I was. I just kind of kept my head down and kept to myself. No one talked to me, by the way. No one would talk to me on the plane. The on the way out, the middle seat was empty, and there was one girl against the window.
They saw your rear end.
Oh no, I mean like people on the plane. The stewardesses were okay, but like the passengers, like the one girl, like I had some mints. You want a mint? She's like, no, leave me alone. Like just kind of like pleasant about it, but you could tell that the wall went up. I'm like, I'm not hitting on you, man. I'm just trying to be nice. We're gonna be sitting next to each other for 4 hours. You're gonna be smelling my farts for 4 hours. I thought I'd offer you a mint, you know.
Hold it under your nose.
Yeah, you might want one.
Stick around. You'll be nice. Stick around. Give me a half hour.
Oh man, so she wouldn't talk to me. So, and that was that. And then the people next to me on the way home, the girl against the window fell asleep, and there was some guy that he was just busy on his computer, and he sneezed, and I said, "Bless you," and he didn't even respond. So I'm like, okay, so that's how it's going to be. So I just kept to myself, didn't talk to anybody. You know, that's just whatever. Everyone just kind of kept to themselves. So nothing wrong with that, but I was kind of a mess on the plane, yeah. And David says, Vinny, Johnny Bench hit his league-leading 7th home run in his 77th 4th Street baseball replay. Not a 77 tonight. We got a lot of 77s.
I Johnny Bench.
Yep. And Midlife comes by and says, I have to talk about playing strat football with Glenn Guzzo. Well, guess what I did in Colorado? I sat with him and I played strat football. I did. Glenn's a great guy. He gave me his number too. He's like, get any questions? Text me. Yeah, so he was fantastic. So Glenn Guzzo was a great guy. I haven't pulled the trigger on the football yet.
I'm going to bring it. I told you I'm going to bring it.
Yeah, bring it to Ohio. I want to play it. I want to check it out there.
Take it home.
You know, because I was going to get it and get a couple seasons, but they don't have a ton of seasons. That's the other thing. So I don't want to fall in love with a game that's only got a couple of seasons. So, but I will play it out there in Ohio. Looking forward to that. But I did. I sat with him. We chatted and had a great time playing football. He had the head. I think I told the story. He had the head set up. So he goes, all right, here's what's going to happen here. I was like, Glenn, I only play solitaire.
Right.
He goes, oh. So he's like, well, we don't need any of this. He cleared the table. He goes, I'm just going to walk you through solitaire. I was like, thank you very much. And so we did. And he showed me how to play it. And we started to do the advanced. Holy cow. This running to the right side of the strong side, and you got to check the tackle and then see where the linebackers are lined up. I says, ew, that's a little bit more football than I want. I says, I just want to. So I says, I will enjoy the basic and be happy with that. So he was great, though. Glenn was great.
He's a great guy. I'd love to play him a game of advanced football.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah,
like I said, I've been playing it long since about 68.
Oh,
69.
Yeah. Oh, Dave says the stupid spinning turtle with the flamethrower in his mouth. That's right. He would pull his head in, pull his tail in, and then the flames would come out. And he would spin, and that's how he traveled. It was like, oh, how stupid can you get? That is so bad. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. It's just I'm gonna pull in, and he's gonna spin around. And then he lands. Oh man, it's so bad. It's so bad. Camera was so bad. Sorry, man.
Oh man, you're gonna get me.
AP comes by. Where have you been, AP? We've been talking Godzilla all night long. No, we've been talking about all kinds of things, Yeah. Yeah. Good time had by all. Yeah. Yeah. Again, you're going to smell my farts for 3.5 hours and not talk to me. You're going to get more. Okay. I'm not holding them in now. I'm really not.
No,
I'm
I
really
wouldn't
not.
have either.
Yeah. No, no.
And then you look at the other person like, what are you doing? You're disgusting, mister. Like, because
You
they
know,
can't prove it's you. So I do it, I'm out. My wife's like, why do you do that? They don't
there's
know
a
it's me.
story I tell. I shouldn't tell the story, but I will tell the story. You know, way back in the late 80s, I was dating this girl and we went into the local convenience store to, get some food or drink, whatever we were getting for the night. Right. And this is this little convenience store as it is. And there were like two or three women in line ahead of us. And so we're in the fourth in line, and I may or may not have farted, right? May or may not have. Might have been me. Not sure. It was really bad. It was really, and so she turns and looks at me, and I went, oh. So I back up, and I get on the aisle, and the three women in line turn, and she's sitting there by herself. And she looks at me, and I'm peeking around the corner. She's like, I hate you.
Talk about hanging somebody out to dry.
Oh, and she's holding. She's nowhere to go. She's holding all the groceries, waiting to check out.
I would have started smelling the bag.
Oh man, the women in line. All these middle-aged women turn around like, "Oh my gosh, that woman stinks." Oh, the stupid things that we do. Stupid things. Yeah. And it was a good time as it has by all. Yeah. Yeah. Some passengers get nervous when they fly. Don't worry about. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So I didn't really, do too much with that, But yeah, some people are miserable like me when I'm in a convenience store.
But then that's how you break the ice. If you could fart in front of them, they got to know it's okay.
Oh yeah. Right? Yeah, it's okay. I
feel
better. I feel better. Thank you. Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles too. Yes, it is, Scott. That's what it was. That was like me getting off the plane and getting on the tram and then renting the Avis car with John and driving into. Oh man, it was craziness, but we made it. We made it. That's all that matters, Let's see. Joe said he's going to bring his Strat football game to Ohio. Cool. Good. Larry comes by. It is happy 4th of July weekend. Yeah. I had the weekend off. I had Friday and Saturday off. So, oh man. Yep. David said he spit his drink up. Listen to Gamera. I did sound just like him, didn't I? Come on. I sounded just like Gamera.
Give us another one.
He's got the teeth. And he's got the fire. Oh my gosh. Gamera was the worst. He really was, And the Mets won today. Good news for the Mets fans. The Son of Godzilla was all right. It was all right. I did like Monster Island.
Ring out, right? Is that the one where you
Yeah. He was. Yeah. But I did like the one when they showed a lot of the monsters. I liked a lot of the monsters. So there was some that I really did like. And I thought it was kind of neat how they had the aliens in the Godzilla movies, like all the aliens from outer space. It was like, we are from the planet X. Really? That's what your planet's called? X. I mean, you work real hard on that one.
That's creative writing.
Oh man. And then the Godzilla movie, they had it was Megalon. And Megalon, they sent Megalon up to go attack Godzilla, and it was the people beneath the sea. And it was like, we are the people of Seatopia. Seatopia. It's like, oh, there's another. Ooh, worked real hard on that one. It's like, how did you come up with that one? Did somebody win a contest or something? Seatopia. We are Seatopia. Megalon. Go get. Oh, man. Yeah, we're having a good time tonight. Can you say we're a little slap happy tonight? I don't know. I don't know. And that was probably my last date with her, right? Oh, I don't know. I remember that. Like, I still tell that story to this day, that just sitting in the store, just like, oh man, I backed away. And I did. That was wrong. That was wrong. It was funny to this day, but it was wrong. Oh, it was wrong. Yeah, it was.
You think?
Midlife does that too. He likes to crop dust his wife Christmas time shopping. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I did that to my wife one time. We were in a store at the mall. I might have been a little bit ahead of her. She walked into it and she looks at me. She knew exactly what it was. I'm like, what? What? She's like, did you? I'm like, no, no, no. What's it me? She's like, there's no one else around. So, I don't know.
How
Maybe
about the one when you're in the sheets, you just puff the sheets up if you let one go?
the Dutch oven. Yeah.
And is that what you call
They
it?
call it a Dutch oven. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, my
You lay in
wife.
bed, like you just her side.
Wow. Okay. So is
Oh,
there a game out there about this stuff? Like,
there probably is. There probably
no.
is. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, man.
There it is right there. Yeah. Oh, and the tram store. Yeah, when I get on the tram in Denver at the airport, I'd never been on that before. And so I get on. I didn't know where I was going. I was by myself, all nervous, and the tram takes off. It jerks. And I went flying back, and I smash into some lady. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought I was ready for this, and then somebody gets on the next stop, and they flew into me, and I'm like, been there, done that. Just you
See,
got to hang
those are
on, dude.
those are good opportunities to let one rip because nobody's gonna know.
Oh, jeebus. Yeah, right when you get off the tram, that's what it is. So, and you leave it for the people that are coming on. It's like, there you go. See ya.
As they're walking on the tram, they walk right into it. Bam. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Micah says he's hoping to have matchup and season ticket down by Ken. If not, bring it and we will play it.
Micah, hit me up on Facebook and we will hook up and I'll have you be a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I have both games down pat.
Yeah. I got to get back to the season ticket football. You know what I have here, Ben? Is
I
I
love it.
have my single player play card here that Clay gave me. And it's the it is the
There it is.
Dave Gardner version.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. And what's different in my version is the rating thing here. That's what's
because you're
different in
more
mine.
backwards than everybody else.
Yeah, because I get my rating and then I go back to the blue die. And I told him that. I says, I like to get my rating because when I go to my rating, I always forget what the blue die was. So,
But seriously, Michael, get in touch with me. We'll definitely walk you through it.
yep. What is the age of this podcast? Right now, about 14. I would say we're about 14 years old tonight,
Oh, man.
Andrew says, Cocaine Bear. I did see Cocaine Bear. I don't know if it was on Netflix or where it was, but I did see Cocaine Bear. And it was goofy, but it was all right. Cocaine Bear was all right. I got to say, Cocaine Bear was all right. It was about guys in a plane and they were having a fight or a drug bust and they dropped cocaine out of the plane into the woods and the bear got into the cocaine and started acting weird and that's what it was about, you know.
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw the.
It was goofy,
trailer.
but it was
I
all
like
right.
stupid. I like stupid stuff.
Nah, yeah, stupid is good.
Yep.
Does Grant have an Excel version for 49 football? I don't know because there's fast action cards that you need with that, and I haven't played that in a while either. But I'm trying to. But I think that you're probably better off with the print version, especially for the fast action cards because they just look so nice, you know. We're all 16. I don't know if we're quite 16 plus. We're talking
My
Gamma.
wife would debate that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, which hockey game are we playing in Canton? Which one do you want to play? Which one do you want to play? Should we bring some bones? Should we bring some APA?
XHL.
XH? Yeah, I think we should do some XHL. Maybe combine some ideas to see if we can make a real crazy game. Real crazy game. It's got to be easy, but it's got to be crazy, you know. And matchup is in the mail. Yeah, I played some of that the other night. I enjoyed that. I really would. And Dufferman's laughing too. So it's always good when Dufferman laughs, you know. And Larry says, would I put 49 hockey up with APA and Hockey Bones? It's very different. APA and Hockey Bones are very, very similar games. And I like them for that reason. And the 49 Quick Decks Hockey, I don't know how much of the video you watch or how much of the game you've watched, but it really is a lot of checks. So let's just say you got the New York Rangers here. You'll flip a card and it'll say, is the highest offensive rated forward, is he a 13 or better? So you go to Jean Rattel's card and you look at his offense, and he is a 13. So it would say if that's the case, then you create a chance. If you flip the next card, and the chance says if you have 2 players that are puck movement of 10 or better, then you get a shot. And so you look over here and you see who's on the ice, and you come over here to where it says puck move and you check. So there's a lot of that. It's a lot of who's on the ice, I'm checking numbers. Who's on the ice, I'm checking numbers. If they pass, this happens. If they don't pass, that happens. So that's what that is. It's a lot different than Appa and Hockey Bones in that aspect. So it's a very different game. But I like how you keep flipping the fast action cards, and you don't really roll dice until you take the shot. So the fast action cards drive the whole thing. The team cards drive the whole thing. Every player matters. Every player's got a bunch of different skills that matter. So it's very, very different than Hockey Bones and Apple Hockey. And that's why I like it, because it is so different. And I love the skill checks, too, that you start each segment with. So you roll, are they playing dump and chase? Are they playing pass in? Are they playing, what's the defense? Are they playing pass out? Or are they playing clear? And that all comes into play. And some are more offensive and some are more defensive, but they all come into play in that game. And I really like that.
I like the line changes too, the way just
those are fun too. They have the tracks for the line changes. The highlight game has the tracks for line changes. I suppose you could use it in the full game, I would imagine. But I like how they have these 3 tracks to determine who's taking the shot and or who's going to get the play. It'll say the puck goes to D, and you look on the track and you slide it to the next D. So it's always going to change. I do like that.
Oh, the full game doesn't do the line changes like that?
I don't think so. It has a an extra thing here, so maybe you can use it. I just made my own line changes because but yeah. So you get this this track here. So if you can see that, okay. So yeah, so you see how down the bottom it's got forward line and D-man line, and so I suppose you could use that, and it just tells you what lines out there. You just kind of move it along the track, and I didn't know how to do that, but when I saw it, it's like that's easy. And then the that offensive check and defensive check, that's for the highlight game.
Okay.
So it'll tell you. See how it says? I don't know if you can see that. It says puck move +1 and create +1 if that focuses in at all. It's not focusing in now. But it'll say, puck move +9+. So that means that whoever gets the puck, you got to check this to see if they get the shot. So this is for the highlight game. But I suppose you could use the lines.
I think it would work great. I
think it would work, because it works good for the highlight game. So I don't know why it wouldn't work. But I was just calling my own lines. I always start with line 1.
Okay.
And then go to 2, and then sometimes I'll mix it up, and sometimes I'll put 4 out there, and you're supposed to get them out there so much. But I suppose you could. Yeah, I suppose you could use that. And
forward to it.
It's a nice way of doing that. It really is. Let's see. Larry says, any bank shot offline lately? No, I haven't played the bank shot since I went to Colorado. So I haven't done that yet. When I get back, all I've really played is, I think I might have played a game of payoff pitch offline. I think I played some Appa baseball, and then it's really been the games I've had out there in Colorado, which was the matchup college football. I played that, and then I've really kind of the last few days really been playing with this Quick Decks hockey game, the highlight version and the regular version. I want to get good at those, and they're fairly simple. I think they're fairly simple now that I've got the flow going down and how you read the cards. I think it's been fairly simple to play. It's a lot. The regular version, there's so much more in the regular version. It really is. It's like, man, the highlight version's fine, but the regular version where every segment you're changing, and then Buffalo got down by a couple of goals, so now you're playing aggressive, trying to get back in the game, and that gave them some chances, but it cost them some chances too, and it cost them some breaks for Boston. So it was really kind of fun.
That's why I've had that conversation with Joe about with Hockey Blast. He used to love Hockey Blast Express, but I said you miss so much.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll bring that. I'll bring the Quick Decks hockey to Canton.
That would be great.
Just in case you guys don't get it or whatever. I'll bring everything I got because it's not that big. It's a small box, and I got the seasons and team sheets. bring it out and we'll sit down. We'll play some of that. We just won't tell anybody we're playing hockey, right? At the Football Hall of Fame, right? I don't want to get kicked out, right?
No, you might. No, we go in the hallway or in the bathroom.
We'll go right in the lobby. What are you guys doing? Playing hockey.
Playing a real sport.
Too funny. But no, I have not played Bang Shot. I'm afraid to go back to Bang Shot. I am. It's like I'm afraid to go back to donuts because I haven't had a donut since my last doctor's visit, and I've been doing good with avoiding donuts. But I know if I have one, then I'll have another, and I'll have another, and so I can't do that. So I know with the Bang Shot, if I go back to Bang Shot basketball, I know it's like a potato chip. You can't just eat just one. It's just you play one game and it's like man, that took a long time, but that was so good. Let me just play another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, here's how long does it take to play a game? I don't know. The highlight one is a lot faster than the full one. Again, I'm new, so I don't know how long it would take. And when I was playing it, I was explaining it. So don't go by my videos for time because I was explaining how to play it. Grant, I think he says he gets a game done in 20 or 25 minutes or something like that, the highlight game. And I'm interested now that I've played it, if I could go back to the highlight game and see if I could bang it out. So I might try that. And
that's something I just never pay attention to is time. I just don't.
Yeah. My thing is I'll come on here and I'll play a game, especially a new game, and my time is like 2 hours. And people are like, oh my gosh, it takes 2 hours to play the game. Doesn't take 2 hours to play the game. It takes 2 hours for me to learn it in one of my first games and explain what I'm doing. Right. So yes, so if you want to sit in every single role, explain to somebody what's happening, yes, 2 hours, right? But most people are just going to play and they're not going to explain it. You might not even keep stats, so you could probably play it a lot quicker.
And you're engaged in the chat room, and
yep. So I think so. To answer AP, I think it was Grant said he's doing it in 25 to 30 minutes.
That's a good time.
And so that's a decent time. It's right around the shootout time. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get back to. I might do that. Maybe I'll do that with my new 74 season. I'll do a highlight game, and I will. I'll see how fast I can play it. Now that I played the full game and the highlight game, I think they both should start getting a little bit better. But it gets confusing because they're similar, but there's so much more in the full game that if I take that away and play the highlight game, it's go, boy, now how do I do this? Because I'm so used to that, the full game,
That's how I feel. And I did order, right? Is the version you could order both.
Yeah, I'd get both.
Version.
I think it's only another $15 for the highlight game because you get some fast action cards and directions, and it's I think it's worth it because you never know. For $15 you might as well get the whole thing. There's no sense leaving it there, And Larry said he's gonna eat some donuts for me. Okay, so that's good for him. And Dave says, asking how fast you play games like asking how fast did it take you to eat your steak. If it's a good steak, you take your time. Speed doesn't matter. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Kind of like that. Yeah, and everybody plays at a different speed. ST Patrick had a good answer for that. It's like, how fast do you play? ST, his cat jumps up on the table and screws up his game. So it's going to take him longer. When I'm playing, if I'm watching, a hockey game on TV and I stop to watch the game, or I'm watching Godzilla and I stop to watch the Godzilla fight, it takes me longer. I always have something going on. I never play and have everything off. I either have music on, or I have YouTube on, or I have a movie on, or a game on. I always have some kind of stimulation. Sometimes two stimulations. I'll have something on my phone playing and something on the computer playing while I'm playing the game. That's just me. I just have to have 100 things going on at once. That's how my brain works.
Okay.
Just kind of how it does work. I need something in the background. Is what I need.
Total opposite. Total silence.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. See, and my wife's like that when it comes to sleeping. She's got to sleep, all the windows shut, all the lights off, soundproof walls. and I need to have like a light on somewhere, and I'm listening to something on the iPhone or something on YouTube or something. So I'm the opposite. I have a lot of stimulation even at night. Maybe that's why I'm a light sleeper, is because I just have so much going on. I can never really
light, but my brain don't stop.
Yeah, mine doesn't either.
That's why I shut everything down.
Joe says, if I'm enjoying a game, I actually lose track of time. Yeah, Yeah, to me, it's like a movie. If you're enjoying it, then you never look at your watch. Exactly, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, you know, bank shot basketball. Okay, stop me if I've talked about bank shot too much. I'm sorry, but that's one of those games I'll look up, and it's like, man, you've been playing 2 hours, and it feels like 20 minutes to a half hour.
Yeah.
It really the time it does not phase me at all.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some of the mints that I offered that girl. She said no. I said, all right. Enjoy my farts. Back to the chat room here. Ronnie comes by. What do you say, Ronnie? He played 82 strat all week, 79 triple play this weekend. Keep delaying his 77 inside pitch replay. So we got a lot of 77s going on tonight. That seems to be the thing of the night here.
It's a great season.
To get your donut fix, watch Attack the Killer Donuts. I bet you there is a movie. That's like Sharknado. You know, there's like 7 or 8 Sharknados.
Yeah, there's.
And the funny thing I saw, there was a funny thing I saw years ago on Facebook meme, and it was if anybody ever says to you that's a stupid idea, right? If anybody ever says that's a stupid idea, remind them that somebody walked into a movie executive and pitched an idea about sharks in a tornado, and there's 7 of them now. So when anybody says that's a stupid idea, just remind them that someone says, I have an idea for a movie, and they've made 7 of them. So just so you know.
Well, how about creating a sponge that talks? And now $20 billion later.
Oh my gosh. That show, I'll watch that all day.
I told you I watch it. My daughter loves listening to it. She knows word for word. Traumatic brain injury. Put a SpongeBob episode on, and she knows word for word. She'll tell me, Mr. Krebs, after it's over, that means that show's going to start with Mr. Krebs' voice. It's like, but we listen to it all the time. I still crack up.
It is such an adult show. It really is when you look at it, you know.
Yeah.
And I do. All those characters are great. I love Mr. Krabs. I like money. I love Mr. Krabs.
Oh man.
Oh, SpongeBob, I'm gonna need you to work all day tomorrow. Okay, Mr. Krab. just love it. I love it. No matter what he does, SpongeBob doesn't care.
No.
Dufferman, oh, nice. He puts on the Digital Tonight's podcast while he plays. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. I hope you enjoy the episodes. David says, go back and rewatch this video at the point you did Gamma impersonation. Look at Vinny's face. Yeah, he was turning bright red. I was kind of concerned. I'm going to have to get some medicine over to him or something.
Never far away.
Micah says, a bad game can never be over quickly enough. A good game can't last long enough. Yeah. That's a good point. I played some games. I'm like, oh, just get this game over with, you know. Just let me get it over with, really.
You go back to bank shot, too. Like, when I'm playing with a game, I come across certain card. I want to look at the card. Like, I want to look at the ratings on the card. Like, the other day, I was playing with David Robinson. He was swatting balls. And I'm like, wow, look at his blocks. Well, let me see his offense because he couldn't hit a basket to save his life. And I'm looking at the rating. So that's how I play my game. Oh, I want to look at so-and-so's rating. Excuse me. I want to look at this guy's card.
Yeah.
I don't race through it. I just don't.
Well, one of the fun things for me about I guess basketball games would be any basketball game, but bank shot is the one I've been playing, is when guys get in foul trouble or the game's out of hand and you bring in the backups. Because I play the 5-on-5, which I highly recommend over the 10-on-10. Is that how you play it?
Yes.
Yeah. I just think as much as subbing's a pain in the neck, you get way more out of it playing 5-on-5 than trying to put everybody on the court at once. Because what you get is when you take somebody out, say they got 3 fouls or just you bring in a sub. When I was playing that Philadelphia Lakers in 82-83, and Philadelphia was up by 11, 12, 13 points, and they just kept that buffer. And so I got Moses on the bench, and I think I had Dr. J on the bench. And LA just could not close the gap. And what was neat about it, it's like, well, you know something? Then Moses and Dr. J, you guys sit right there. You can't get hurt. you can't foul out if you're on the bench.
Right.
And if we need to, we'll bring you in. But these guys are holding their own right now. And that was the storyline. That was the storyline for me, is that the Lakers, no matter what they did, they could not close the gap. And the backups in for Philadelphia, I gave them more minutes because they were playing so well. I was like, this is fun. And I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but
It is.
I did it. And then at some point, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll bring them back in now in the fourth quarter. But they played most of the third. And I was like, that was so fun. It really was.
I love making substitutes. And then if you look back like at a card, well, he wouldn't have done that, but this guy did when I brought him, or vice versa. And it's like, oh, I should have had this other guy playing. And yeah. That's one of the more fun things about basketball games. That's a big impact by making those coaching moves.
Yeah, and it's fun. And then sometimes you're like, oh, this guy only played 8 minutes, so it's like, well, I'm gonna see if I can sneak him in and see if we can spell this guy for a few minutes, and that it just made it fun. I think that's what made the game fun, because it's like a mini game, and I didn't know how to do all that stuff, but you and Ron were telling me, hey, when you get 3 fouls here, take them out, and ST would be like, yeah, if you get here, take them out, and so I would, and then at some point in the fourth quarter, like, man, this guy's got 5 fouls, but I need him in there. And when he fouls out, but I need to get some of his skill in there for points, and that was kind of fun. And then they foul out, and like, oh boy, now what do I do? And
right,
it just was. For me, it's new because basketball's playing is new for me, so this is all fun and new. And Joe says that's what happened to me when I played hockey blast. I'm trying to think what that was. We were talking about. We've talked about so many things. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't remember.
The time he talks about.
Oh, the time. Okay.
Yeah, he don't worry about nothing. He loves that game.
Yeah. And Joe says he's a big Pet Rock fan. Okay. Oh, do you know what's going on? I wonder if Sabbath hit the stage. I almost got the Sabbath pay-per-view today, Black Sabbath, last show. They had a pretty good lineup, but the only thing is some of those bands only were playing 2 songs. So they're going all the way out there to England, setting up, sound check, and all that other stuff to play 2 songs. And I know it's supposed to just be a big festival. It's not supposed to be about them, but it's like, that'd be kind of, I want to see each band play 4 or 5 songs anyway. Give them 20 minutes anyway to play instead of just, 8. It takes you longer to set up and break down,
I didn't know. Phil I don't know if he's still in the chat room, but
I saw that, yeah.
Huge Sabbath fan.
Is he over there? He was talking about it. Did he go over there?
No, I doubt it.
No? Because he was talking like he was over there. I was like, oh, good for you, man. And Dufferman's got 150 plus. Is that games or seasons? Or I don't know what that is. That's a lot of it, There's a movie about tornado with cats called Catnado. I don't doubt it, AP says he likes the quick games. He likes shootout hockey or red line hockey.
Hey, whatever makes you play, whatever you enjoy. There's so much you can do with every game as long as you're having fun with it.
David says, I like SpongeBob episode when Patrick worked at the Krusty Krab answering the phone. Is this the Krusty Krab?
The lid, right?
No, this is Patrick.
The lid. Oh, that was great.
I remember the episode of SpongeBob when they got a clam and they were raising this clam.
Yeah, the piss clam.
And they were the parents, and all the clam did was poop. And so they were changing diapers every 5 seconds with his clam. And so SpongeBob stayed home with the clam, and Patrick packed his briefcase and went to work, right? And so they did this routine. Patrick would put on the hat and go to work, and SpongeBob would be home all day slaving away with the clam as the baby. And there was just like diapers everywhere, right? And then it come down to it followed Patrick to work. he got his briefcase and he walks out the door and he goes to his house and he sits down in front of the TV and watches TV, and he opens his briefcase and it's like ice cream sundaes. It's like hot fudge sundaes. He said, oh, this work is really terrible.
With all his sand furniture.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. He never went to work. He just pretended he was. Oh man. Good times.
He came in, right? He had the office party, and he was all drunk. He promised he'd come in at a certain time. Oh,
Fenner comes by. Good to see you, Fenner. What's on your table, Fenner? I know you've been playing some different things. I wonder what's on your table. But I need to go back to the highlight hockey. Maybe I'll do that in the morning. is I'll play the highlight hockey. Let me see how that compares to it, because now I played the highlight in the full. So let me go back to the highlight, see if that would, if it would ever make my table, or if I'm going to be stuck with the full play,
Mhm.
because that's what I really enjoy.
Yeah. See, I
And
try to keep it like I like red ice. I really like red ice.
Mhm.
So that's my quick play game. And I find a long play game a longer playing game
Right.
I like. You know what I mean? And then when I'm lucky, I have a few longer playing games.
Yeah.
But I try to keep the limited cap on the quick play games. I'm
You
not
know what?
quick.
What I find is, I remember buying second season, and when I bought it, I also bought the Express, because I says, well, I really bought it for the Express because I want to, I want to play a quicker football game than the full play football game. And I played the Express. It's like, oh, that's okay. And then I played the full play second season, and wow, I was like, something, the Express is fine, but if I'm going to do this, I'm going to play the full game. I'm going to play second season, the
Yep.
full game.
Yep.
And it's the same with the Hockey Blast. Okay, I got the Hockey Blast Express. That actually got me back to Hockey Blast. So I got to say the Express, actually, because I had Hockey Blast and I went back and forth, and I had my issues with it, and I had a couple of videos where I fought with it, and again, I wasn't in the groove, and so I put it away, and I go back to it. It's like, it's okay. But when I got Hockey Blast Express, for some reason, when I got the Express, everything else seemed to work. Like, I played the Express. Okay, that's good. Let me try the full game again. And then I really liked the full game after playing the Express. And now I'd rather play the full game than the Express. So Hockey Blast is like Payoff Pitch. It's another game. It took me 2 or 3 tries to go back and get that to work.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. But now, like, if I was going to pull out and play Hockey Blast Express, no, I'm just going to play the full game.
Right.
I'd rather play the full game. The same as second season. I'd like to play the Express, but damn, I just rather play the full game. And now the 49 Quick Decks Hockey, I have the highlight. If I want to play the highlight version, that's great. But the full game is just so much better. It takes a long time, as does, second season in Hockey Blast compared to the Express version. I just would rather play the full game.
Right.
You just get so much more out of the full game.
That's
Even
it.
though it takes longer, I get it. It takes longer.
That's it. It's like Clay came out with the season ticket flash football. Season ticket flash. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
Tried it
I haven't played it.
because his game flows so well.
Yeah.
You get everything out of it. The ratings, the better players. I just, I hope people like it and he can make some money with it. But I just love his full version of the game. I love it. There's no reason for me. If I want to play football, I'm breaking it out.
Yeah. What was it? Shootout come out with a
Easy or something.
Shootout Easy, yeah. And that was kind of fun. It actually takes 1 minute to play. You pull out your cards, you roll to get your ratings, you get your goalie ratings. You look at the chart, I think you get a number, and then you roll the percentile dice, and it tells you how many goals in a period. And so there's 6 rolls, 3 for each team, and you're done. And the results are pretty good, and you get to use your shootout hockey cards, and I really enjoy it.
Okay.
I really enjoy it. I'd rather play the full version of shootout, which is going to take me 20, 25 minutes, but the Shootout Easy is all right. It's all right. It really is, but I'd rather play the full game.
Right. But it is games like that could help you do a full replay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's where they really come in handy.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm not big keeping a lot of stats. So if you want a game like, Red Ice can do that for you.
Yeah.
Gives you
I thought about doing something with the Red Ice. I thought about picking a season and doing Red Ice and just keeping score, not doing the stats, just keeping score, and using the Blue Links hockey spreadsheet.
Okay.
From Mike Ignatowski.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to keep the scores. And so I would play the Red Ice and just put in the scores, and it would keep all the standings for me. I wouldn't need stats. I could just put in the scores.
I could see that.
And I think that would be kind of fun, just doing it that way there. And It wouldn't have to. It'd be a lot faster, so I could play a game, put in the scores, and just keep
Right.
the stats, and just try to play as many games as possible. And it could be kind of fun doing that. I'd probably have to pick a season from the '70s, so there wouldn't be a ton of games.
Yep. Yep.
But it might be kind of fun to. I mean, like 74, 75 would be perfect for that. I think he's got 74, 75. I think he does, and that would be perfect for me just to go back, and play and just play as many games as I could in the season, just see him play out. So is it Powder Blue Sports?
Out of Blue Sports, yeah.
All right, let's go to the hockey. And yeah, he does have 74, 75.
He definitely he's got a bunch of seasons right now.
Yeah. I might even pull out last season and do the finals again. Oh, he's got the WHA 78, 79. Oh, that's the last year of the WHA.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the quick decks because I want to replay some of the playoff Stanley Cup from the recent. I grabbed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Season, yeah.
I should probably get that as well. I should probably order the PDF for that, and just because that's where PDF comes in for me, because I wouldn't want every team. I would just want to print out a couple of teams and play.
Maybe do the Stanley Cup Finals or Western Eastern Conference Finals.
I think I'm going to get it in either Bones or Appa. Probably Appa, so I can play that. And I want to play against Toronto. I want to see if that series would go. That would be a fun series to go and beat up on the Leafs. It really would.
It's always a good idea.
But that's one where I'd want, the Florida teams. I would want the cards. I'd want the Marchand card, and I want the Kachuk card, and all those other guys, because I kind of followed that team at the end a little bit. So I would like to have the cards for that. There are some. I don't know about you. This is going off in a whole new direction. Okay, so we need to go and put it back on this. Okay, so we need to go here. So this is a serious one here. Okay.
So I'm not going to be talking about passing gas.
Oh, Godzilla, I don't know.
Okay.
So anyway, there are some games for me, like this Quick Decks Hockey. You have individual cards or team cards. You can have your choice.
Right.
For me, because I've already played the team cards, I think I'm okay with the team cards in this game. And I don't think I thought about trying the individual cards just to try it. That way there I could play it like an Appa game or a Hockey Bones game. But I'm accustomed to the team cards, and I'm okay with the team cards, and I just want the team cards. Whereas Appa and Hockey Bones, I want individual cards.
Sure.
Season Ticket Football is a team card, and I like that game for the team card.
Mm-hmm.
Appa Football is player cards, individual cards, and I like having Appa like that. And so I guess the question is, do you have any games that you like the team cards, and then some games you like the individual cards? Because I wouldn't want individual cards for Season Ticket, and I wouldn't want team cards for Appa. In Appa Hockey, I wouldn't want a team card either. I like my individual cards, and it's kind of weird that it's just I don't know if it's strange or not, or if anybody else feels that way. Because just maybe it's because I'm used to it, but like I wouldn't want individual cards for Season Ticket Football, and I would, or second season football. No. Maybe because I'm accustomed to that, but I wouldn't want individuals. But in Appa, I want the individuals.
Right. Same thing with Strat, all the Strat games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see them putting them on a team chart.
Yeah.
Looking at Bank Shot now, he could easily put them into a team sheet of some format.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to see the individual player cards. It's just some games where it works. Matchup college football, I don't want cards for that.
Yeah.
The team sheets are great. And like you said, with Clay's game, it's great. But his baseball game, Season Ticket Baseball, I'd rather the cards. I don't want to see a team sheet there. And I haven't been playing it long, but I got used to the players' cards. I like holding those players' cards for those games. So I don't think we're alone, or just the two of us think like that. I guarantee a lot of guys and gamers feel that way. Just some of them work, but team sheets are just. I never thought I'd like them, and I started playing team sheets, and I'm like, this is a good concept here.
I wonder if it's because when you design a game for a team sheet, you design it for the team sheet, and it just works that way. And if you design it for individual cards, and it's designed for individual cards, and it just works that way. Maybe that's just what we're just because that's how it's designed. I don't know. But I remember when I first started playing season ticket baseball, I didn't even cut the cards. I printed them out, and you got your 3 sheets of batters, and I would just flip to the page I needed to go to, and I didn't have individual cards.
Right.
And I kind of liked that. I actually did because I could just, okay, who's up? And I just find the guy. And I only have to shuffle through 3 pages to get my batter. When I started to show the game off online, I had to cut them so I could show the cards because you can't really do that with a team sheet.
Right.
Or if you have a full page of like 6 or 9 cards, whatever it is.
I just think it works better. I know Replay, they sell those ebooks.
Yeah.
No, never had a desire. Guys leave them in the ebooks and they flip through it. And I don't know. I
Really?
need to see my lineup. Like, I need so and so's on the top, so and so is third, and I want to see them cards.
Yeah.
I can't flip through like sheets. One full team sheet, awesome.
Yeah.
Flipping.
Well, I had mine when I did season ticket first. I had my sheets. And I just would find, and I could find the guys pretty quick because it was only 3 pages. Sometimes it was only 2 if you had the lineup on that, and everybody was there, and it was kind of great. But you couldn't stream a game like that. You needed to show the individual cards, so I started cutting them out. But at first, I had the sheets in front of me, and it kind of worked. So that was one that I didn't mind. AP says he completed a season replay of the 74-75 Canadians using Red Ice Hockey.
Nice.
And the stats are pretty accurate. So, yeah, I need to fire that up. I need to get the Blue Links going. I need to relearn that because I haven't done that since before Colorado. So I need to learn that so I can get that happening. Duffer Man sitting here cutting his corners on the 82 payoff pitch season.
Baseball's tough, man. So many players per team. It's a workout.
Well, I did my hang on a sec. I did my 76 set.
Nice.
Yeah, see how nice they look. They're just so good. So I did the American League because I'm doing my 76 Red Sox in payoff pitch. And I'm playing that with Digital Diamond.
I much rather them cornered because they feel better. Because when you're handling them cards like that, it's sometimes
it's hard to describe. It really is. I just trimmed all my for the 49 quick decks. Here's your kind of your team cards here. I just cornered all them. I cornered everything here. I'm cornering everything I can possibly get my hands on. It just you're right, it doesn't get caught. And you don't get stabbed, and
yeah.
And they just look so good. It's like I like looking at them. Like I'm over here now looking at my payoff pitch set. I'm like, boy, that looks good. It looks like you got a haircut. They look so nice. It's like just come out of the haircut. Oh, look how good my hair looks.
I wouldn't know.
Me either. Not anymore. Oh my God. I saw a picture of me 10 years ago. I had a full head of hair. I go, what the hell happened over the last 10 years? It's like, oh man, I'm just an old man.
I literally had a mop.
Yeah.
I'll show you some pictures.
I don't know what the hell happened. I get older.
I can't look at them.
Yeah, yeah. I have a hard time. I was in a band, so I had long hair. Now it's these 2 guys I saw in a video said it was the best thing to do. Found out they were right. I wonder who that was.
They just once you corner, you can never go back.
Yeah. It is. It's addicting because you do one team and you're like, man, I can't leave the rest of them uncornered, and so then you start cornering those and everything that's on my table, and now I try to corner because it just looks so nice.
I wonder if a want ad in my local paper would work.
I was thinking the same thing, is give a kid $20, just come over.
I offered $30 an hour. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. But her fiance was a little on the fence, so I got to go see him tomorrow. I'm going to talk to him.
Just dangle the cash. Here you go.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here. You eat, drink, whatever you want. Just don't bother me. I'm playing, and I just want to hear.
Yeah, Fenner loves the Orioles hats. He's going to play some hockey tonight, and he's going to get some Red Eyes hockey out and print it out. Good, good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to start a Red Eyes project, and I'm going to
give
just
it a
do
shot.
final scores.
Good game.
Just final scores.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I was driving. Yeah, the wife crazy doing corners. I was doing it late at night. She comes out and says, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, just kind of cornering here. Just one more team. One more team. Let me get one more team done." And then she'd go out in the morning. I would come downstairs like half asleep. I hear her go out because I sleep in. I'm up late. She's in bed early. So she would go out and see her mom or go out with her sister. So I'd run downstairs. I'd just be sitting there in my underwear downstairs, just cornering. I was just trying to hammer out teams while she was away, so I could get as many done as possible and not have to worry about it. I didn't even have my coffee, and I was half asleep cornering these teams. But that's how I got them done. They look really nice over here too. I'm just looking at them now because they just look so nice. I don't know what it is. They just look so nice with the corners off them. I like the apricots too. The apricots are pre-cornered, so I do like that.
Yeah. But I remember when we started doing it, Joe was saying they really look nice, but it's a lot more money it would cost,
Yeah.
Little does he know I would pay it.
What I'm thinking is what we should do is Barbara's halfway to Ohio. I think we should all crash Barbara's house and let her corner for an hour. What do you think? Bring a bunch of We'll just leave. You know what we could do? Oh, here's a great idea. We could drop off a whole bunch of seasons with Barbara, and then when we'll go to Ohio, and then on the way back a couple days later, she'll have them all done.
If she takes a break from the video games she plays.
Let her sit there. She'll be snapping those corners all night long, driving the dog nuts. Yeah, that might be an idea. Drop it off. Let's see what she can do. We'll drop off a couple. She could get like two hands going. Could be kind of fun.
I thought I was making progress, and then I ended up getting sets 5 through 12.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I'm not even close.
I still got the one over here. Vinny Davis helped me make pour with.
You put the guy in the
making you pour with playing games and stuff. Oh, Barbara says she's all in. Nice. We're gonna get the corner over there. Nice.
Ship them too.
Nice. I haven't unboxed this yet. That's the college set. I haven't unboxed that yet. I've had that sitting here on the table. So not only does it still have corners, it hasn't even come out of the box yet. So
that's a good set.
Yeah. Barbara takes cash only. Oh boy.
Good, because I only pay in cash. If you touched my credit card now, you'd burn your hand off.
Joe's been playing replay basketball for the last couple of days. Is that on the tabletop or is that the PC? Because I like the PC version, and I haven't played the tabletop version yet.
It's good, but I told you I'm giving Ryan whatever I have here when he comes. Everybody's getting gifts. I told them they better come with suitcases because I want to clean stuff out of here. But
AP says it's a great idea is to bring that stuff over to Barbara, right? And Barbara's all about this. She's warming up. She's like lifting weights right now. She's over there lifting weights. She goes, okay, I'm going to be doing some cornering. We could take her to Ohio with us, and we could just have her corner the whole weekend in Ohio at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Sit in the back and just hear. You think you got a flat tire?
I know. Who's the keynote speaker? And clank, 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 clank. Can you please stop? Oh man, John comes by. Hi, John. Good to see you.
There's John Clausen. What's up, sir?
Yeah, good to see John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barbara's gonna be cornering away. Yeah, you get those little white corners. When they don't quite make it in, they fall all over the place. It's kind of funny. Oh, and sometimes when you're done, like doing a whole thing, you dump them out. It's like it's just like a dump truck dumping out. It's like, holy cow! Look at all the little corners in there.
Should save them, and then we could donate them to like a team that wins the World Series or something.
I got like pounds of corners in my trash barrel just from all the cornering I've done. It does. It makes a huge difference, though. I know we laugh about it, but it takes a little bit of weight off the card. Not much, but a little bit of weight, and it just the card is so smooth, and you put them in your hands like, oh man, there's no points on them. They're so nice.
They pick them up easier. You lay them down. I don't know. I like them.
They're kind of nice.
So Joe's playing tabletop.
Yeah, he's playing 68-69. That's interesting. I got that 61-62. That was kind of fun. I played a game of that. That was fun.
I have the 75-76 ABA set. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's in mint condition. And what was the other? Oh, the Great Teams volumes, I think 2 or
yeah.
1.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Nice,
Ryan's been playing it, and I was like, you could have it.
nice.
I like the PC version. I tell you, I was messing with it before we went on a little bit. I haven't
Oh
touched it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
created a league with all the seasons, the 3-point era guys. And I did it alphabet. I called the Alpha NBA. And it was all the guys with
Oh nice.
A,
Yeah,
all the guys with B's. Yeah. And it came out pretty good. So I'm playing that slowly. I just haven't touched it until tonight.
nice. Did I get high leverage baseball? No, I don't have that yet. So no, I haven't done a video. I did an unboxing. Mike Canistrari and I were down in Connecticut. We were down there scoping out for the Digital Dice convention. I went down about a month earlier, and we scoped it out and got some final thoughts done and took some notes. Went out to dinner, and he unboxed it there, and I filmed him unboxing it. So he has it. I haven't played it yet. I didn't get a chance to talk to Ian or Steve at the convention. Just kind of how it went. It was just kind of a busy thing, but um, but no, I have not done that yet. And Duffer Man says the corner get caught on my tablecloth. So much easier to shovel. Yeah, no joke,
True.
no joke.
No.
If you the corners will get caught on everything. They'll get caught on my mat. You know, if you are playing on a table, they do. They get caught everywhere. That is not a joke.
No.
It's not. Yeah, we're not messing around here at all. And David says he's cornering the 1977 payoff pitch as he's listening to us.
Inside pitch.
Inside pitch, yep, 77,
Never
yeah,
played it.
yep. And Fenner says he loved the conversation with Kurt Berglund since he follows both of our channels. Yeah, it was fun. I'd never met Kurt, and so we talked for a bunch. He was around. He was going around filming, so his channel has a lot of his stuff that he was filming. And he went back to the hotel and actually was editing his videos. I give him credit for that. So I didn't do mine till I come home, and I still got some videos I haven't posted yet. I think mostly the quick decks there, but I have still a couple of interviews I need to get up. The Grant. I did an interview with Grant. It's on his channel. I think I shared it on Facebook. I have the audio version of that, and I'll put that up on my channel at some point. But I just talked to Grant about a lot of his hockey stuff. He actually interviewed me, but I recorded it as well, so I got a nice copy of that. And let me see here. John, what did he say? I just noticed this here. John is doing 7980 bank shot every moment I can.
Nice. Keep it up, John. Post
That's-
some results.
Yeah, that's a fun one there. It really is.
Yep.
And if you're on the Facebook group and you've cornered the stuff, post it on there. Really, because people make fun of us and we talk about all the cornering, but more and more people are now on there going, boy, I'm tempted to get the corner and corner myself. And you should. It's $15 for this thing.
Yeah.
And just even if you just do a couple of teams, it's like once you do that, you'll never go back to corners.
Especially like John, if he's doing a replay, you're going to end up doing all the teams. Just do them as you break them out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do with my payoff pitches. There's a couple teams I was going to jump on that 84 replay, so I cornered some of the 84 teams I thought I might play, and then I will do that. And Joe likes the old Baltimore Bullets. Yeah, the old Baltimore
Elvin
Bullets.
Hayes.
I love some of those older teams before they became the teams they are now, like Kansas City Kings and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of neat. I always remember the New Orleans Jazz. Right. The Utah Jazz, I don't know what they are now, but there was all those teams and then like the 61-62 season had some crazy teams. I call them crazy teams because
Warriors.
Yeah, because they don't exist. I don't mean they're crazy in a bad way. I just mean that they're different. So, yeah, the Philadelphia Warriors, Syracuse Nationals, St. Louis Hawks, Chicago Packers, Cincinnati Royals. These are all, I call them the crazy teams because they don't exist anymore. And I really like those teams. I like them in hockey. I like them all now in basketball.
Some of those St. Louis teams are fun to play with. You got Bob Pettit, who's like one of the all-time greats, and Cliff Hagan. Yeah, they're fun.
And Fenner says he's missing the replay gamer. And he says, I enjoy the replay gamer and Marco. Yeah, I need to get Marco back on. I every now and then I check in with Steve. And I said, "Hey, Steve, what's going on? Replay Gamer, what's going on?" And he says he's all right. He's just got family things going on, so he hasn't been able to do much. But every now and then he'll sneak out a video, and either a channel update or a game or a replay or something like that, or a review. So every now and then he'll sneak something out. It's been a while, been a few months, but I try to check in with people like that who I haven't seen in a while and just make sure that everything's okay.
Good.
So, have I tried playing replay basketball yet? I have it on the computer, but I don't have it on the tabletop.
Yeah.
And the computer does a super job. It really does feel like you're playing cards and dice in a
Oh
computer.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Richard Hanna is the best programmer converting board games to the PC.
Yeah.
He does an unbelievable job. Like I said, I finally messed. I was trying to see what seasons don't I have for replay basketball. I didn't realize it's only up until not this season. It just ended the year before because this one's not out yet. I didn't realize I was that caught up. But Pete hasn't come out with any retro seasons. But I think it's a great game, John. If it's a great game without a doubt.
Yeah.
But again, I do the PC version.
I do too. Yeah. Yeah.
Cards and dice I'm giving away.
Yeah, they were all cards and dice. Like I said, I have never played the cards and dice versions. I feel I can get that on the PC, and I'm happy with that. And I think you can roll your own dice too. I think so. If you want to roll your own dice, you can just roll your own dice. And
I don't remember. I think you're right, though. I think you're right.
I think you can.
I have my board game for basketball right now, and that's it.
Which one is it?
And I think it's called Bank Shot.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, we can't forget about the Buffalo Braves.
Yep.
75-76. I think I got the Braves on the channel, didn't I? I played some Braves. I got Bank Shot Buffalo Braves. That's one of the first things I did.
Bob Mack with
the
Smith.
Buffalo Braves. Yeah, that was a good time. Good time, Buffalo
Oh,
Braves.
Jerome's here. Yes, I did, Jerome. Really nice job. But I told you I was envious of your setup when I seen it at D2D Con. Really nice setup.
Yeah, there was some good stuff going there. It was fun. I love watching that stuff, all the extra stuff that people do. I still have these in my my stands from Victor. I still have these, and I still use these, and that's what I have set up over here. I got my payoff pitch set up. I use just one of those for the pitcher, and then when I play the APRA, I have a ton of them on here for APRA football, and then I was using them for the quick decks because there's a you don't have really charts, but you do have these little things here. You have your shorthanded thing here, and then you got what is this, odd man rush, and then you got some assists. So you got these little charts. They're not very big, but I put them here in front of me on my little stands, and it's like that way there I have them if I need them. So I do like that. And John says, "Oh wow, he's gonna print you a copy. What second field would you like? Fantastic.
That's a second field. 2 of them.
That'd be unbelievable. Nice job." Joe also says Honeycomb Gus Johnson in the worst uniforms from 70 to 72. Honeycomb. Remember the Honeycomb cereal? Honeycomb. Those things were huge. They were like silver dollars.
Honeycomb's got the big bite.
Yeah, it's a hurt going down, Thanks for coming out, Dave. Yeah, we're going to be signing off soon. I didn't realize we were going this long. We just want to come on and say hi, and we just had a fantastic chat, and that's how sometimes these chats go. We just have a good time. So I want to thank everybody that come out tonight and just had some fun with us as we talk about some of the games that we're playing and some of the things going on. Let's see here. I got a couple more things in here. Michael Kenny says, try the demo for Wrestling's Finest by Tom Vogel. It's pricey for $99. It comes with 2,400 wrestlers.
Deep game.
I haven't tried that one yet.
PC game. I have it.
Okay.
And very good. Very good.
Okay.
Me and Jamie always discuss the tag teams, though. It's lacking in the way it does the tag teams.
Oh, really?
Now, you want a good wrestling game that handles tag teams great. ST's Squared Circle.
Ooh. I got to play that one. I haven't played that one yet. I got to play that one.
That is good. And the tag teams, he's so smart, man.
I guess maybe I'll have him bring that to Ohio so I can play that.
We can bring it too.
Maybe we can do that.
I told Joe, between me, him, and Phil, the only thing I'm going to be able to fit to wear is my underwear.
Yeah, yeah.
They're bringing games. I'm bringing games. I'm like, we do have to wear clothes there.
I didn't. I packed real light, like lighter than I've ever packed in my life at Colorado. But like I love these little funny sayings you see. And some guy says, goes, Why do I pack for a trip like I'm gonna crap my underwear like 5 times a day?" It's true. You bring like 37 things of underwear and socks. You're like,
Socks
come
are
on.
most
I get one for each day, and one is a backup or something like that. But yeah, it's like, why do I pack? Why do I pack like I'm gonna crap my pants every few hours?
I love my socks. I'm always wearing socks.
Oh yeah, you gotta have some
The
nice
only time
clothes
they
on.
come off is when I go into bed at night. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
I used to wear socks to bed as a kid, and my parents like, you gotta take off your socks. You can't wear your socks to bed. I'm like, I like my socks.
I do. Can't wear them to bed though. Pick up too much lint. You'd be sleeping in grit. See, Jamie kind of summed it up. He's right, and we discussed it with Wrestling's Finest. It's the tag teams just don't work. It's just different. I don't know.
Hmm.
But individually, yeah, it's a good game. But when I found ST's game, I'm like, whoa.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
John asked me, "Did I enjoy Strat football?" Yeah, I sat with Glenn Gozzo, and I enjoyed playing the solitaire basic version. He got me going. I got going pretty well on that. I did enjoy it. I liked how you use a few cards, but it's not quite as many cards as APA. And yeah, I could see myself playing that. I didn't pull the trigger on that because it would have been $150 for the game in a couple of seasons. So, and I know they had the sale, and I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. I got a thing going on with work right now, so I didn't want to spend any money.
Yeah.
And but I enjoyed what I played. I think if they had more seasons, I might be more invested to get it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
I'll
just
hook you up. I got like 3 boards. I could have a tournament at my house. And I have teams and seasons and I don't play. I like the square cards, the old version.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those I like. I've been trying to get my hands on 1971 for a long time because that was the first one my oldest brother got me. It was my
Oh
first,
nice,
my own Stratomatic game. It was the
nice.
best Christmas I ever had. I was 14.
Oh
No,
wow.
no, I was younger. I was 11 because it was the 71 season. Yeah, he got it to me 72, Christmas of 72. Oh, as soon as I
Nice.
opened it, I didn't
Yeah.
even open the rest of my gifts. And I'm
Oh yeah.
going through the cards and yeah.
Yeah, but to
And
answer the question, John, yes, I did enjoy Strat football. I bought a copy. I think I got the 94, 95, or 96 season, something like that. I bought it locally here off of Facebook many years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing with it. I got it to work a little bit. I have the PC version, and it's okay. It's not bad. But again, I like to do the stuff on the tables rather than the PCs most of the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And I couldn't. I got it working a little bit, but when I sat with Glenn, he really explained it, and it was really good. So he spent a lot of time with me. So yeah, so I would like to play more of it. And like I say, we'll see what Vin's got when we hook up in Ohio.
I run PC leagues. Jamie's in one of them retro leagues, and we have a good time with it. But if I'm gonna play, especially solitaire, it's okay. Season ticket, that's the one that works for me
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
And the price is well worth it.
right. Fenner asked, do I enjoy Strat hockey? I hear good things. I have other hockey games I like better than Strat. Let me just say that. And I think the big thing is for me, it's the decision making in Strat that keeps that off my table, because I can play APA, I can play Hockey Bones, and I get a nice full play game, and I know how they go, and I don't have to worry about, do I want to penetrate? Do I want to intimidate? There's things about Strat that if I want to make decisions, I'll play Strat, but sometimes I just want to watch the game play out.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so I have a couple of games I really, really enjoy. Now I got the quick decks on top of that, which I'm interested to see, Vin. I'm interested to see how that wiggles its way in, if it does, on my tabletop.
Yeah, I want to get your take on that.
Yeah, because I want to play some more. Tomorrow I want to play the highlight game again. Then I'll go back to the full game. And now that I have it going pretty good, I'd like to kind of just see if I can bang out a game and see how quick I can get this going and see how it plays out. So I'm wondering if that'll make a way back onto the table.
Right.
And that'll because like I say, I will drop apple on the table at a moment's notice and play apple hockey, and that's fun now. And the same with Hockey Bones.
Right, right.
And I really, really like that. Then again, I got the helpers for that though, and the helpers really make that game work. But this game here, there's really not a lot of dice rolling. It's a lot of the fast action cards. So
And that's okay too,
yeah,
I've been playing strat hockey since it came out. I used to write Hal letters. You got to come out with hockey. You got to come out with hockey. And as I got old, I realized the penalty system's so broken.
I
The
didn't.
one
I don't.
thing
Yeah,
that
I don't
drives
like
me
that.
nuts. I don't care how many times you replay a season. Gretzky will never match
Yeah,
the assists,
yeah.
and you can game the system. I played in leagues where it got 30-goal guys would score 60 goals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that Brett Hulk that came out with that famous card, like it was
Oh, Ron told me about
he
that
scored
card. Yeah,
200 goals in a league. Come on, that's a
yeah,
turn off to me.
yeah.
That's a
I'm
turn.
not. Yeah. So I enjoyed strat hockey. That was my gateway into this hobby. But I'm not a big fan of it. It just doesn't make my table. Scott comes in and says he just ordered Bank Shot. He got the PDF. Scott, if you can get the printed version, Scott,
Yeah,
the cards are amazing.
that's what you need. You
Yeah.
need the fast action cards.
Get
Does
the
he
fast
sell
action
them?
cards. Yeah,
Does he sell the game parts? I think he does,
I
Joe.
think he might. Yeah, I think he
And then
might.
just get, if you don't mind printing out seasons, then get the PDFs with that.
Yeah,
But
but
you
the
don't
the the
want to
card.
have so many fast action cards.
Yeah, get the fast action cards printed. That's what you really need. And if you can get the seasons printed, they're so good. Those cards are the best cards in the game.
The price.
If you can, if you can't, I get it. They're again compared to other games, they're fairly inexpensive
Oh
as
yeah.
far as cards go. It's like, oh my gosh, as far as cards go, yeah. But yeah, Bank Shot is so fun, Scott. So let us know how you make out. I highly would recommend. Again, it's more money, but the printed version, especially for the fast action cards, that's what you really need. And then teams you could print out, I guess, shouldn't be a problem if you don't mind cutting and printing the teams.
But the thing is, Dave, and you and I have discussed this, he gives you every player. So you got to pay for your card stock. You got to pay for your ink. You got to take your time to cut them out. I don't know people's means, but Joe's cards are, the baseball.
Yeah,
that's-
27, $30 for a basketball season. It's
Yeah,
like that's pretty
yeah.
for compared to how much time you're going to spend printing and cutting. Unless you just want one or two teams, and then the PDF's the way
Right.
to go. Me, I gotta have them all. Just what I
Me
do.
too.
Jerome says 24 by 36
Oh,
inch
for the
blueprint sign.
field? Oh,
Okay.
Jerome, I would pay that. I would pay you for it.
That's a pretty big one. Yeah, nice.
Jerome, you're going to be in Canton?
Oh yeah, so let's see if he can. A couple of parting fact jokes. I don't know. That was funny though. Earlier, we had a good time with that. Just being on the plane, I don't know if I got any more. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I got to try to wrap this up soon. We've been on for almost Holy cow, almost 3 hours. I did not expect that tonight. How long does it take to do a chat? I don't know. It just 3 hours went by. Felt like a half hour.
I could do this forever.
It did. It felt like a half hour.
I love the hobby.
Yeah, Jamie says that might be maybe the deepest game for the wrestlers, but tag teams didn't click with me. Okay,
Jay, you got to call me tomorrow, Jay. Call me. I'll be home by 1:00. I owe you a phone call. I'm the worst, but call me and we'll talk.
Phil's gonna take an extra couple of suitcases. There you go, Phil.
Phil, remember, I have an SUV, not a tractor trailer. Just so you know.
And it's got to be filled with games going to Ohio, by the way. If Vin ever flips his truck, it's going to be like one of those tractor trailers that spills all the dice out on the highway. You ever see those videos? It's like he did 22,000.5 damage. I love the comments on the dice truck that fell over, Let's see here.
Oh, he's not going to be there.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Well, I know you're not on Facebook, Joe. I don't know how else I can get in touch with you.
And Duffer Man, do I have a favorite Digital to Dice episode? Not really. And they actually asked that question for the panel in Colorado. And I really didn't have an answer for that as far as Digital to Dice podcast goes. All the episodes, they have some kind of value as far as I'm concerned. Whether they're interviews or they're just talks that me and Ron did or subjects or, whoever was on that day. I don't have one that sticks out either way. I mean, we had some great guests on. We've had a lot of great talks. So yeah, they asked me that in Colorado, and I said, I really don't think I have a podcast episode that I can look at and say, oh yeah, that was my favorite, because I feel they all brought some kind of value uh, to the table. So I guess I would say no. Thanks for coming by, Larry.
Thanks,
Always fun
Larry.
talking about the Horry. Yep, thank you so much. So yeah, so we're gonna wrap things up here. So we'll go back to our serious board here. This is our serious board. And so thanks for coming by, everyone. I need to get the audio version of our play.com. So why am I so out of focus here?
I'm trying to think, how do I get you in touch with Jerome? Like, should I just shout out my so you're on the D2D Discord?
I think he might be, yeah. Yep, Submaster Chief.
Well, if you're on D2D Discord, I'm on there. Pretty simple. Vinny M. AP, go easy, man.
So I wonder if I could.
Master Chief. Okay. So then you should see me on Discord. On D2D.
I'm trying to look him up right now while I'm on the Discord here.
Let me see.
No, I don't see him on here.
Submaster Chief.
Let me see.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him on the Discord here, so he might not be in the D2D Discord. But anyway, we'll have to figure out where he is. Or maybe that's just Discord in general. Maybe you can send him a request on Discord in general. I don't know much about the Discord. I try to keep it up and running the best I can. Thanks for coming by, B. And
I do not know.
let me see the D2D site. That Discord. That's for the Patreon people on Discord. That we have people on that. Also, Discord in general. You might be able, I might be able to get them on Discord in general. So maybe just look that up and send a friend request to that. But anyway, so all right, so we'll wrap things up here. Nice long chat tonight on a Saturday night. Hopefully you guys had a good 4th of July. Hopefully you had some fun playing some games or hanging out with family. Hopefully everybody stayed safe. We had a nice fireworks display. The people across the street from us on the other side, they put on a pretty good show. They have some professional fireworks, and so we got a nice free show last night. And again, with the only dog we have left, the fireworks don't bother her. So after 20 years of dealing with dogs and fireworks, we have we finally got to enjoy one that the dogs didn't really drive us nuts. So, all right. So, Barbara, start lifting some weights, because you might have some work coming your way, cornering some cards here. We actually might drop some off. You never know. You never know. Actually, Vin, that's what we could do is we could order season and just have them sent to Barbara's house and have her get them all cornered for us, and then we're all set.
Yeah, we're going to have to send us sacks of coffee in exchange. Sacks of coffee.
I know, right?
Maybe she grinds her own beans, whatever it takes. I'm ready to do it.
Keep her up at night. Yeah, I know. I'd like to get all my payoff pitch seasons done, but I'll just do them as I need them, is what I'll do. So anyway, all right. So let's wrap this up. Vin, thanks for joining me here on a Saturday night.
This was great.
Yeah, this is fun. It's always fun getting on and talking to the community and see what's going on out there and just having some fun with people, telling some stories. That's what we do. We tell stories and we have fun here on the channel. So thanks to everybody that came by. Tomorrow's Sunday?
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get something on the channel. I'm going to see if I can breeze through a game of the highlight hockey.
Cool.
Tomorrow again. I want to see if I can bang through that and see if that's fun. Or if I'm just going to stick with the full game. I'm not sure. I'd like to have some fun with the highlight one because it's a little faster, but the full game, just when you get to keep track of shots on goal and block shots if you want the shots blocked, and it just that's so much more fun. It really is,
because it brings out the full talents of the players. That's what I love.
Yeah. It really does. It's again, anytime you have a quicker game, it has to condense all that down, and it does okay with it. But anyway, so
I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll connect tomorrow. But thanks to everybody that came by here, and suppose you'll hear more from us. We'll record a show this week. I said maybe tomorrow I'll get the play.con audio up, and you guys can hear that as part of, I think it was D2D 271. So we'll have 272 recorded this week. We just got to figure out a topic and who's going to come on and talk with us. So we'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.